know, so that I don't bore you
But
all
the
with...
circle's nice.
The circle is sweet. I mean, you could just use the template to make little circles. Cut those out, sash them together, cornerstones.
It looks a little sort of double wedding ringy, doesn't it?
It does look a little, or a little bit pickle dish, or all of those kind of shapes. Yeah.
And I guess you could put them all next to each other as well.
Yeah, you could, like literally just, or you could follow the pattern on.
Yeah.
The trouble is when you get too...
There's a lot.
Talking to each other, we can just think of a million things.
I know.
We
But you know what we could do?
We could do this, or we could do this.
Ooh, and then we could do that, yes. In fact, yes, we'll just carry on this later. Right, anyway, yes.
So should we go to edge stitching these?
Yes.
So the way I do that is I do it with a blanket stitch and I do it with a nice dark colour, because then the dark colour will help all of the sort of petal shapes show out. So where you've got, for example, here, you've got like little queen bits. If I didn't edge stitch that with a strong colour, those might get lost a little bit.
Oh, I see. And if you're using your own fabric, then like you're using white.
Exactly, you might use white on white. But if you edge it with red, then that's still going to show as the right shape.
Yes.
And the other thing you want to do to make life a little bit easier for yourself is, so you start, let's say, here, and then you're going to follow that curve all the way to here. So you're not going to stop and start at every petal, because the points are the fiddly bit. So at that point, turn and then do that whole curve. Turn and do that whole curve.
Wow.
So this is actually a lot quicker to do than you would think, because if you had to do petal by petal, you keep stopping and turning around on the end, and so that's another thing you do.
Does it say that in the instructions?
No, it doesn't, because I only... that's terrible, isn't it?
It's not.
It should
so
do, though.
That tip you can only get here on Sewing Street.
Yes.
That tip will not be in the instructions.
Honestly, as I was saying that, I was willing you not to ask that question. Because I realised this second I didn't put it in, and I should have done.
No, but you might have only just thought of it.
Well, I thought of it yesterday.
Well, there we go then. So that's why it's really useful to watch Sewing Street, because you get the extra tips.
Bonus tips.
That's the reason. So you go...
If you follow those, then it's just, you have to do so many fewer...
Okay. Brilliant. So you
just follow. So that would be the circle.
I guess you could just think, it's worth thinking about that. Because if it was me, I'd go like and do every petal.
Well, that's what I did to start with. And then I suddenly realised if I keep going, then I'm only turning ever so often.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it just makes it quicker.
And what stitch does one use?
So I use, if you've got it on your machine, use a blanket stitch, or you could use a hand blanket stitch. If you don't have that, you could edge it with a straight stitch, you could edge it with a zigzag stitch, or you could have a look at the array of decorative stitches on your machine and pick one, because we don't ever use them,
No, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I use straight and blanket, that's it.
Same here.
Occasionally zigzag.
If I'm feeling really adventurous, I might do like one of those decorative ones down the centre of like a bag strap.
Oh, see, I don't make bags, so I can't use those.
But you know, you get I got one that's a washing line with clothes on. Just like
you can sew a washing line with clothes on.
I know why.
That's
why?
Amazing. Why?
I don't know.
But how sweet, though.
It's just so sweet.
That's amazing.
Flowers.
Oh my gosh, you've got so many stitches.
Got a washing line with clothes on.
So useful.
So useful. That big. The quilt kit has now sold out. But don't worry, because we've got instructions on their own.
Yes.
So you can use your own
fabric.
fabric.
Make it with your own fabrics. Charm packs.
Jelly rolls,
lovely
you
mode
need
of charm packs.
we've worked it out. Well, when I say we, I mean Lynn. I've worked it out.
Yeah, we did a bit of joint quilt math.
Charm packs to make that quilt. Or one charm pack and then match it to stuff in your stash, because that sort of releases the guilt factor a bit. That if you buy fabric for the sole purpose of using fabric in your stash, then it's free.
Yes, exactly. And if you've got it in your stash, then obviously that's free. That's totally free. So this could be a free quilt that you make. Cost you
so
nothing.
if you spend $12.99 on a charm pack, $9.99 on instructions, it means you're going to use fabric in your stash.
Yes.
So therefore it's free.
Yes. Shall I do the blanket stitch?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Yes, I convinced myself of that.
I think that's good logic.
What size blanket stitch? Because that's the other thing I
Okay,
never know.
well.
What
I
really
do. No, because
I want to know the answer.
I could bore people forever about blanket stitch. I mean, just ask me questions. So what I do is I get a couple of bits of fabric and I do a little tester, and I honestly go as big as I think I can get away with. So here I'm probably going to go maybe 3.5, because these are quite long, gentle curves. So if it was a really tiny, fiddly little shape I was edging, I'd probably have to go quite a bit smaller.
Right.
But the bigger you go, the quicker it's done.
Good point.
And also, when you look at the quilt, I think it looks hand-finished with blanket stitch, because it's got that handmade look.
I love blanket stitch. It's amazing.
I love blanket stitch. That is the essential stitch on any sewing machine.
I know. I had a machine once that didn't have it. It had loads of stitches, but not blankets.
Why wouldn't you have blanket stitch? I mean, that's just like an
It is a
essential that you're
must.
missing.
It is a must,
So I'm just going to
isn't
do
it?
a quick little, I'm just going to start here. And let's say you're going around a circle like I'm doing now. Put the foot down. Once you get going, you just pivot it with your left hand and it just does it itself. So I can't remember the name of the person who messaged us before and said, could you make this as a beginner? This could not be easier. And if you don't have blanket stitch on your machine, go for another stitch. I mean, I genuinely think even a child could do this because you are following the line. You're not doing anything incredibly complicated. You're just following the line around these petal shapes. I'm going to do the full circle. In fact, let me just show you what you do when you come to the point of a petal. So then you slow down and you kind of want your needle to finish in the point of the petal, twizzle, put the next stitch, whoops, not that one though. You want to go left and right at the point. I think I might have one that's got 2 stitches in between, and then twizzle round so that the bit where it goes left goes into the petal.
Right.
Although, honestly, if you don't do that,
well,
no one's going to
some blankets you
notice.
get where it has like 2 stitches between.
Well, I think I'm accidentally on that, not
Some
meaning
of like
to
have
be.
1 between, some have
Yes.
2 down, 1 up.
Yes, I wasn't meaning to be, but I think that's what I'm on.
That's the problem, then you've got more than 1. Diane Boyle says, definitely need. Thank you, Diane. I've got 2
Oh,
votes.
okay, you're getting more votes.
Only 2 though. She loves the black curly hair as well. David Essex, you see.
Oh, no.
Did you not love David Essex?
No, funnily enough, I seem to go for bald men most of the time. Yeah. It's a mystery.
So Donna says, I have a couple of cave charm packs I didn't know what to do with, but they'd be ideal,
This.
actually.
Cave facet fabrics would be amazing for this because you would get like the full colour blast.
Well, the thing is that you cut one piece of fabric into one petal and then the same fabric, another petal, be totally different colour. Because when he does fabrics,
exactly.
you get like, you know, those big cabbage ones.
Totally. You've got so many colours and so many different shapes. It's almost like it would be completely scrappy because they're all large scale, aren't they?
Get yourself a roll of Bondaweb and you're laughing.
Yes. Bondaweb. Were you going to talk about the
Yes, so the kit is now sold out, but we still have the instructions. If you get the digital one, you can get going in straight away.
Yeah. Sit in the garden cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it done, scraps,
Yeah.
charm packs, cave.
Jelly rolls.
It'll look lovely in everything.
Yeah.
You just
Shoulder.
need to choose, obviously, your background fabric
Yeah.
afterwards. Another message. Could you hand sew around with blanket stitch?
That one has. Just repress it. But that won't matter once I've sewn it down because it's
So-
holds in place.
That was digital, that was the PDF download, but if you'd rather have a physical copy that's actually posted to you, that's it there.
It comes on nice paper, doesn't it?
It does, it's nice
Do
and
you like
thick.
the paper? It's nice and heavy.
It's nice
yes.
and thick, so
Yeah.
split in one piece.
Yeah.
And also, because they're nice little booklets, keep these, because
I
this is the fabric
know.
you're going to use again and
I
again, isn't
agree.
it?
I agree. I've made a little collection. I take one each time I come. Of mine, obviously. I like a little collection of them. It's quite nice.
And it's got your face on, so you know, it shows.
Yeah, nobody likes their own face.
No,
when they're on
I got my
photo, so-
passport back
Oh,
yesterday.
don't.
Oh,
You're not allowed to smile. You're not allowed to
I know.
dance, You're not allowed to do
who
anything.
looks nice in a photo?
Nobody.
It's so
Nobody.
miserable.
But even Zendaya doesn't look nice in her passport photo.
Right, we've got a box of threads here, which is ideal for this because they're Aurifil. Because what we've got in this box is we've got 5 50 weight threads, so that's your sewing cotton. But we've also got 5 spools, well, they call it Aurifloss, but it's like stranded cotton, same thing. So, one for machine sewing, one for hand sewing.
This for hand blanket stitch. Oh my gosh, imagine that. That
Yeah.
would be so
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
And you get loads on this. So normally your stranded cotton is, I think, 10 metres? 8 or 10 metres. You get loads on this, loads.
I love those.
I
They're
didn't
so
know,
heavy and rich.
I wrote it down earlier what it was.
You did. I think.
Oh, it was because it was in yards.
Was it 18 metres? And you said, what's that in yards? And I said, I don't know.
So you
16
get
metres.
16 metres of these. So it's the same strand as 6 stranded, but you'll get 5 they're for hand, and then you'll get 5 of those for the machine.
Yeah.
200 metres, and that's 50 weight, so that's your normal machine sewing.
And you could blanket stitch with these on the machine.
Yeah.
And with those, if you're doing it by hand, sitting in the sunshine.
Nice colour as well for this.
These are lovely denim colours, aren't they?
Yes, they're really lovely, aren't they? They'd be very good for mending jeans as well.
It'd be good for mending jeans. It feels like sort of jeans in a t-shirt,
Yes,
doesn't it? It's
t-shirt.
yes, yeah, exactly.
That is true. Anyway, Only $38.99. If you've got the kit, great colourway. Or if you just love blues, it's a great colourway.
You just love Orifil.
Right, where are we with our blanket stitch?
Okay, so I've done quite a lot of the blanket stitch. When you get to the point where you think you've done it all, top tip, turn it around and look at the back, because inevitably, I don't know if you do this, you will have missed some, and you'll only find out once you're sitting on the sofa 3 weeks later. So
I always find that with quilting, because you think
yes, you think you've done it all, you're binding it, you're thinking, oh, I missed that whole section. It's so annoying. And when you make a mistake, you only find out when you're quilting it. Anyway, I'm waffling on
Absolutely.
now. So that is that. And now I was going to show you how to fussy cut these little.
So if you look at the quilt, these, because there's the sashing, it's all in the same colour, you don't really notice the sashing.
No, exactly. They just kind of float.
These little floaty squares.
Yeah. And again, I mean, if you had a K-Facet charm pack, you could fussy cut some lovely little pieces out of that. So this is what I did with these.
Oh, another question. Oh, yeah. You know, and that's so weird. I was just about to ask you, and I was thinking of this.
Could you do it as a quilt? Now, that is a really good question. And I think if you were going to do it as Quilt-as-you-go, the best way to do it would be possibly to leave out the cornerstones, because what you could do is you could do these big blocks and then join with Quilt-as-you-go strips. Whereas if you've got cornerstones and sashing, you're going to have to add in the sort of joining layers there, which might make it look a bit not symmetrical. So yes, you could do it, but I think I might just go to just join it all together, or possibly make these blocks bigger so the quilt comes out at the same size, and then join those.
Right.
Using the Quilt-as-you-go method. But these slightly get in the way for that, I think.
Okay. So yes, you could leave out the blocks.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is a technical piece of equipment.
So this is, you can buy this in Smith's. Actually, no, it's just a... Smith's is gone, except in airports.
Yes, so we're all
and
fine.
train stations, so we'll be fine. So this is just a card envelope, but what I did was I drew
That's so clever.
a 3-inch square on it, and then I cut the 3-inch square out of a piece of cardboard, so you can see you've got that. And then what you do, you place it over your flower, get it actually could be any pen, because this bit you're drawing right on the edge of the seam allowance. So you've included the seam allowance. So I've included the seam allowance, exactly. So the squares finish at 2.5 inches, so you cut them at 3 inches, and you just go around your fabric, just picking out your shapes.
Oh, that's brilliant. So if you wanted to put them on an angle, or
yes, totally. You could twizzle them around as you like. You could change it for each one, upside down, this way, that way, and then you can just scissor or rotary cut these shapes out.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Well, for free.
This is free. You can make this. You make this yourself. Just literally draw a 3-inch square on a piece of Amazon, any other. Well, it is Amazon. Any envelope, any of these nice cereal box.
Cereal box. Yeah.
Postcard.
Do you know, we probably have more of these packages and cereal boxes.
Oh my gosh, we so do. I mean, honestly, hide them. So yes, that makes your template, and then you can cut out those flowers. So you'll have all the flowers cut out and have them centered in your square for when they go on the quilt. So these are the cornerstones. But as Rebecca said, the idea is that they just look like they're floating on the quilt.
And they really do.
Yeah. Because the background matches with the background of the quilt. So they give that sort of...
So if we talk about quilting, because I know that this is for a lot of people, particularly beginners, they're like, whoa.
That's the scary bit.
Yes, the scary bit.
So I went ridiculously simple on this one. What I did was I just did horizontal lines. But my approach to quilting is always, what's the laziest way I can do it? So on this one, what you can do is you can do the horizontal lines, but you don't have to mark them. And the reason that you don't is because you're actually following what you've got. So, for example, you're going to go from that point to that point to that point to that point to that point.
Okay, so you just sort of...
You follow the points so that you can, because marking takes so long and it's such a kind of boring job. And then in the sashing, you go through the middle of the sashing, top and bottom of the sashing. And then once you've done all of the pieces that join the points, I just went once in between. So really simple.
It works, but it works really well, doesn't it? I mean, long arm quilt is beautiful.
Oh, I mean, I love it. But I don't have a long arm, and I'm not going. I can't pay for my quilts.
But that is just really effective.
It does the job.
It's about 3/4 of an inch or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's enough, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. I mean, sometimes it depends on what you want. You could do, if you want it kind of soft and squidgy, do not too much. If you want it to look amazingly quilted, you can do a ton, but then you'll be lying on the sofa under a sort of cardboard quilt, won't you? If you've got too much quilt.
Yeah, that is true.
So it's kind of getting the
They look
balance
great
right.
in shows, don't they?
Exactly, perfect for show, but not really for sitting on your sofa. So if you want a snuggly quilt, less quilting.
Right, okay. Right, I'm just extra wide backing, so.
Oh, yes. Yes, so I used one of those on the back of here, which I just think is,
this one.
look at that, it's such a large scale, it's fantastic.
So this is it.
Yeah,
This is
and
it.
it's gorgeous.
It's the same collection.
Yeah.
Well, you have that end, I love
Yeah.
this end. You will need 2 meters, so that's 4 units of this backing fabric. You will have fabric left over.
You will have fabric left over.
It's just that you need that to go down.
Yes, exactly. You need it for the length.
But what
you'll
you
get
can
the
do
bonus
is
of
what's
extra
left over, you
fabric.
can make a matching dress.
Yes. You could do a lot of extra petals from that. You could bind it in that
So
as
you
well
have
with what's
4
left over for
units of
spare.
this.
You could make cushions.
Actually, it would make a nice dress, wouldn't it?
Make a nice dress. Except I only ever wear grey, black and white and no pattern.
Yes, but that's because you haven't got any of this.
Because, if I had this, I'd wear a dress made of this. Okay. Next time, come
We
in.
could be matching
Yes. Oh, look, we're on holiday.
for the next mode of
We're in
party.
Egypt. Hi. That's your date, Rebecca.
That's a cocktail.
Oh, yes, that would be nice.
Yes. That's beautiful. Isn't it? So you could use it for a dress. You will have fabric left over because obviously you don't need the whole width of it, but you'll need 4 units. That's it in the light colour, but we've also got it. Now you've got to choose them.
Oh, well, I know. Oh, I don't wish I would choose, actually.
See, look at that.
Okay.
Same
Oh,
thing.
wait a minute. You wear this dress, I wear the other dress.
Yeah.
Okay, you wear
Oh,
the one.
well, we
I'll
look
wear
like,
this one.
we look like a couple of bridesmaids, wouldn't they? Can you imagine?
Not to be rude to you, but we look like a couple of elderly bridesmaids.
No, we look like bridesmaids.
It would look like young bridesmaids.
Matching.
So, which do you prefer? I think I prefer yours.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Sorry about the mics. But so obviously beautiful for the back of the quilt, beautiful for the quilt, beautiful for dressmaking or anything. $12.99. It's extra wide, so it's 108 inches, 274 centimeters. Trying to remember them. Wide. So you've got absolute loads there, but it is obviously the perfect complement to this.
It is, and it's large scale. I love a large scale print on the back of a quilt because it's almost like it then has its own life on the back.
It does.
That's a quilt on its own with that.
Isn't that
That's
beautiful?
And you don't have to join it, which is amazing. I love having a wide back. You don't have to put in the work. I mean, that's just, look at that. That itself could be a picnic blanket, let alone the other side as well. Yeah.
That is, yes, it could be your picnic blanket.
Yeah.
But you could just buy some of this. If you get yourself like 1.5 meters, that's a good size, 1.5 meters square, and just quilt it.
Yes, totally.
Celebrate mode and have a
Totally.
picnic for them.
And it's got a lovely drape to it. It's
It
sort
has,
of,
yeah.
it's sort of more. You're right. It's more wearable than most quilting cottons. It feels much softer.
And don't forget, we are celebrating today with a competition. Everyone who checks out today will be put into the draw. One person will win the fat quarter bundle, and 75 of you will win the mini charm pack at random, chosen between this morning, 8 o'clock, and midnight. And then 75 lucky people will have that little charm pack popped in. You do have to check out. That's all. You don't have to do anything special to enter. You just need to check out. We have got another message. How much would you need for backing the Joseph's coat from Pauline?
So if you're using the extra wide, you need 2 meters. And if you're using regular fabric and you're joining 2 44-inch wide pieces, you would need 3.5 meters.
There you go.
I just did that in my head.
So 4
I
units
didn't really.
extra wide, but you will have fabric left over.
You will do.
If you're using normal width, you will need 3.5 meters.
Yes.
So it'll be 7 units.
Yeah.
Worth getting that, and wadding as well.
Yes.
Wadding.
80-20 I use. I love 80-20. That is my favourite.
Yes,
Do you
so
know why I like it the
We'll
most?
do that in a minute.
Okay, doing it in a minute.
Right, this is my favourite as well.
Yeah. It's because it doesn't make me sneeze.
Oh, is it?
Some of them make me sneeze. Some of them have like a sort of allergic thing.
Well, I use it because someone recommended it, and I put it through the washing machine, and it comes up lovely, and I don't use anything else.
So easy to use, and it gives a lovely soft. It's got a slight cozy squidge to
Yeah.
it. That's what I like.
And I like the way when you sewn it and you wash it and it shrinks a bit.
Yes, and then it comes out crinkly. I know.
Crinkly.
I love a
It's
first wash
crinkly
crinkly
wadding.
quilt. Yes.
Again, you will need 4 units of this. It's extra wide, but 244 centimetres. You will have some left over because it's wider than you need, but you'll need to get that for the leg line. So if you've got the kit or if you've got the pattern and you want to make it, it's worth getting your back end fabric and your wadding now because it's then ready, isn't it? Yes, instructions on their own. All the kits have sold out, not surprised. Amazing, but we have got the instructions on their own, and in the next hour, we have got some of this fabric collection on its own by the ½ metre. So if you've got the instructions and you really want to reproduce that, then we can, we will be able to sell you some of that. Because what you could do is, or if you want to get ahead, it's all on Watch Live and scroll down from there. But you could buy some of this collection that we have got and then just mix and match it with some of your own fabrics. You know, because it's a nice floral print, it will look lovely with spots and stripes and plains and anything that sort of the colours go together. So here's the instructions on their own. These are the printed, sent to you in an envelope version. £9.99. You can use 2 charm packs. I wonder what about a jelly roll. Do you think you need 2 jelly rolls? That would take forever to work out.
No, I'm sure you could do it in 1 jelly roll, because if you think a layer cake is the same as a jelly roll and a layer cake is 4 charm packs, so I think 1 jelly roll would work.
1 jelly roll, a layer cake, or 2 charm packs.
Yes, perfect.
There we go.
Perfect.
Or bits from your stash.
Exactly, raid the stash.
Or buy one that you love and then raid your stash to mix and match with it.
Perfect.
Because we haven't got the sunshine and blue skies, we don't have as pre-cuts, but we have got it by the ½ metre. That is coming up in the next hour. So, and other pre-cuts. Other pre-cuts like this lovely. If you bought that lovely confetti fat quarter pack, how nice would that be? I love that.
That was gorgeous.
Ombre.
Oh, I love those. Ombres are so great because you can use different parts of it and it looks like you're using different fabrics.
Nice, isn't it?
They're so
Love
clever,
those
whoever
ombre.
came up with those.
This is Love Blooms, this one. £12.99 for this one. See, that would be nice. It'd be a nice one for It could be summer, but it could be Christmas.
Yes,
but
could be, I was going to say Halloween. Could be Valentine's, could be Christmas, could be summer.
Do you know what? And I think people will see this and think you're really clever as well, because it'll look like you've sort of pieced it.
Totally.
You know?
And you know what? If you had kids or nieces or nephews or grandkids, you could make that with them. It's cutting and sticking. They would love to do that.
They could do it all.
They totally could do it.
I'd be like that Dawn French. Move out of the way. It's not straight. Why don't you go and watch the television while Mummy finishes?
Well, Mummy does the job
Does
properly.
it properly?
Yes, makes it look correct.
I'm trying to peel these petals off. I would never do that with mine. If you want to get going this afternoon, now you can do it now if you download it. So this is the code up there for the digital download. All you have to do is click it once for purchase. I know, I've been doing this for I don't know how many years and I still can't.
You got that right.
Like that.
It's really difficult.
I know.
I would have gone
I almost have to like
way.
under the desk a bit, go like
yeah,
that.
like,
And go,
get your hands going. So, okay, yeah.
I just can't do it.
No, it's the wrong
See
arm.
John do it. He's like that.
On it.
Me, I don't do symmetry, clearly, or mirror. Anyway, do check out on that. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
I enjoyed that.
I've learned so much.
We could talk quilting all day, every day.
All day. I'm going to be asking some more questions. The next quilt will be in an hour, because we let you have an hour off.
So I'm going to go and have a coffee.
Stars, never new design.
Yes. So this is pieced on a machine, but made to look like it's handmade.
It does.
Yes.
It does. And
That's
this is
the
where the
idea.
really clever quilting comes in.
That's the idea, is that you give the impression that you spend hours and weeks and months hand making something, and actually, again, this is quite a straightforward quilt to make. This is not complicated.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. We've got 3 different kits for this one, as well as instructions. So you can get ahead in the break if you want to get this one, because obviously we've sold out of the kit for this one. So if you don't want to miss out for the next one, then do get ahead. I'll see you back here in an hour.
See you at 11.
And I will see you back here in a few minutes' time, when we're going to be doing even more Moda, pre-cuts and patterns as well. So I'll see you back here in just a few minutes' time.
Sewing Street's designer block competition is back. Use the fabric on our bespoke panel to make your very own quilt block masterpiece. 12 lucky winners will be announced on Friday the 20th of June. Each winner will receive a £100 credit to your Sewing Street account. Your block will be proudly exhibited at the Festival of Quilts 2025. Tune in for the launch this Wednesday for Sewing Street's Designer Block competition.
Never miss a show by watching on the go with the Sewing Street app. Head over to your App Store now and search Sewing Street and simply download to your smartphone or tablet. You can watch the shows live and see your favourite presenters and guests. Click on the Today button to shop all of the products that are featured in today's show. Want to know what's hot? Then click here to see today's bestsellers and highlights. Have you missed a show or want to watch one back? Then click the schedule button and you can go back 7 days to watch and shop, and you can also see what's coming up over the next 7 days. Want to say hello or ask a question to our guests? Then send a message to the studio. You can also keep in touch with all the latest news, events, product launches and much more by clicking here for our social media pages. Never miss a show by watching on the go with Sewing Street.
Hi everyone, Andy here, and I'm very excited to tell you about our next Craftopia event that's taking place from Friday, May the 23rd to Sunday, May the 25th at the lovely Abbey Hotel in Redditch. 4 workshops with some of the best tutors available in the crafting world today, bringing you a little bit from all 3 of our channels. That's Hobby Maker, Jewellery Maker and Sewing Street. And what's even better, the price includes all your accommodation, all your workshops, all your meals, all your snacks and a goodie bag worth over £200. And this year, for the first time, we're excited to bring you Friday night crafting with lots of surprises in store. So your talented tutors for the weekend are Julie Peplow, introducing you to the world of card making, Carla Bagshaw, who'll be inviting you to make your own memory albums. We also have Catherine Wright, who'll be introducing you to hand sewing, and Debbie Kershaw, introducing you to the wonderful world of jewellery making. And here's the best part, you won't need to bring anything at all because everything is included. So you can join us for the entire weekend, or just part of it. Or if you just want to come to the workshops, we've got ticket options for everyone. All you need to do is to visit the website and search out Craftopia, or you can email me directly, andy.love@hobbymaker.co.uk. As always, places are limited, so make sure you don't miss out and book your tickets now. And join us for the best craft weekend ever, from Friday, May the 23rd to Sunday, May the 25th. I look forward to seeing you there.
Now, normally when you sew 2 pieces of fabric together, you sew them together, right sides together, and open the fabric up. We, however, are doing a French seam, which means that all of the raw edges are encased within the seam. So we don't do it the normal way. This is how we do it. So instead of sewing your fabrics right sides together, you sew them wrong sides together within the seam allowance. Then what you do is you then take the whole seam, you would press it and you will turn it round. So you now sew along the seam, but having the right sides together. So what you've done is you've encased your raw edges in here. You've created your normal seam from the right side, but on the wrong side, all of your raw edges are all encased within the French seam. A lot of people are terrified by French seams. You don't need to be at all. They're really haute couture and they turn your garment from being homemade to made with love.
Did you know that we can deliver to over 20 different countries worldwide, spanning 4 continents from the UK to Australia? Check out our website for the list of countries and delivery costs. Sewing Street, stitching the world together.
Ever heard of a design roll? It's a bundle of pre-cut fabric strips, each typically 2.5 inches wide and the full width of the fabric. Design rolls are made up of coordinating prints and colours, making them perfect for quilts, patchwork or other strip sewing projects. No cutting or matching needed, just unroll and start creating. Design Roll, a simple way to bring your project to life.
Did you know at Sewing Street that on various products we offer split pay? That means on certain items you can spread the cost over 2, 3, 4 or sometimes even 5 interest-free monthly payments. Just pay the first instalment when you purchase and you're away. So shop your way with split pay.
In sewing, the term square up means trimming your fabric or block to ensure it has straight edges and perfect corners. Using a ruler and rotary cutter, trimming away any uneven edges. This step helps your pieces fit together neatly in your project. Square up is a quick way to keep everything perfectly aligned. Missed a show on Sewing Street? Don't worry, you can catch up on all the action from the past week on our website. Just head over to sewingstreet.com and go to TV Guide and pick a day, then a show up to 7 days back from the Today tab. Looking for something older? Check out the Sewing Street YouTube page, where you'll find our full archive of shows anytime, anywhere. Stay inspired and keep sewing with Sewing Street.
Welcome back to Sewing Street, and it's Moda Day, because this year is Moda's 50th birthday. I know if you've been watching 6/8, you know that, but lots of people join us as the day goes on. We have to say probably, because we're not absolutely certain, but we are pretty certain this is our biggest ever giveaway. So if you check out today, you will automatically be entered into our giveaway prize draw. You don't need to do anything, you just need to check out, even if it's only once. The one person will win this amazing fat quarter bundle. So pretty, beautiful, whole fat quarter bundle. And then 75 of you will win this. So we're not doing it in order. So we're not saying like the first 75 customers, because it's just not fair. You know, maybe you're regularly join us at 11. Maybe you always pop in at like 3 o'clock when you come home from work and you watch it on catch up. Anyone who shops today will be put into the prize draw, and 75 of you will win one of these baby mini charm pugs. 76 prizes. There are 42 2.5-inch baby squares. We've got them by all sorts of designers. Look, there's the Janet Clare one there. They're all Moda. They're just by all different designers from Moda. I think they're so cute. That's the designer of the one who did the quilt kit that we did earlier this morning. Got everything in it. Very nice. Lovely, 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 lovely. And the magic dot as well. So 75 of you will win one of these. You won't have to do anything. We won't let you know, just in case. Oh God, they're all falling out now. In case you wonder, they won't be added to your order. You will just receive it as a little surprise with your order, because we'll be doing our draw at midnight for those. So you've got 76 chances to win. That's a pretty good odds, isn't it? Now, we loved the collection that Lynn used in the last hour to do her beautiful quilt. So we sold out of the quilt kit, but we do, as I did say earlier, we do have some of the fabrics. So we put a bundle together, half meters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 half meters, so that's 5.5 meters, but we're giving you a half meter for free. So you save £8.99. £89.90 for the whole collection. So you've got that beautiful floral that was fussy cut. Gorgeous. I love the sunshine yellow. You've got that really big bloom. That was the same that was on the backing fabric. Big blooms there. I love that one. It's kind of like melds from one colour to another. You've got a bit of a mosaic pavement here. In fact, you could use the geometry design in this, copy it, and use these fabrics to make a quilt. That's really clever, isn't it? I love that. Then you've got a lovely blue and white one. You've got, again, the blue geometry, large print with the navy. You've got one with a spot, and then you've got a large print there. The colours are beautiful. They go together beautifully. See, what I love is the quality. You can just rely on Moda. You just know it's going to be great quality. You know the collections are so well curated that everything blends together. So whichever, even if you picked up 2 fabrics in a collection, you know that they're going to go. Whichever 2 you picked up, even if you went for like the spot and the mosaic, you know they'll go. If you just want to pick up 3 from your collection to use for a specific project, you know they'll go. So if you love blues and yellows, you like these big florals. I mean, for a garden room, for a conservatory, would be gorgeous. I like the way that they've put together these big blousy fab blooms along with a bit of geometry as well. I mean, how many times do we go on holiday and we go like into one of these palaces and forts and cathedrals, go, oh, I love that floor, make a nice quilt. Well, look, that's one of those, isn't it? Recoloured. So there's half meters here. You've got 11 half meters. We're going to give you one for free. Let's go with that one. That one. Although I'm really taken by this one. Really taken by that one because of the mosaic element of it. So you can choose which one is free. Right, we only have 9 of this bundle left now. £89.90. Right, if you want to buy it by the half metre, we have got them individually. Now this is normal quilting weight fabric. A normal width, 44 inch, 112 centimetres wide. This is your normal quilting weight fabric. Let's start with this one because I think this one's my favourite. Look, that's what it looks like. Now, if you want half a metre, that's fine, just buy half a metre. If you want more, because wouldn't this make a lovely summer dress? It's available by the half metre, so all you have to do is put that number of units in. So if you want 1.5 metres, put 3 units in, and so on. But I think that would make a beautiful little summer blouse or nice little beach bag. Just because it's got that kind of mosaic-y thing. But we have got canvas coming up, just saying. Bucket hat. Yeah, reversible bucket hat. So when you go into that cathedral with its mosaic floor, you can put your mosaic bucket hat on. I think that's gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? So £8.99 for half a metre. It's beautiful quality. Remember, you can multi-buy. And when your order goes through to our warehouse, they cut it. They take the bolt off the shelf and they'll cut it to order for you. So you will have it sent to you as a whole cut piece. Absolutely love that one. Right, I'm going to go through. I've also got it in a blue. So I'm thinking bucket hat. Just saying. Oh, it's got a nice selvage, hasn't it? Drink in the blue skies, turn your face to the sun and your spirit will fly. See, I cut that off, sew that round your bucket hat. Yeah, people will laugh at you. No, they won't. They'll go, what does your bucket hat say? Gorgeous. But you could just pair this with the white, a really nice crisp white, couldn't you? Look beautiful as a blue and white quilt. Or a bit, you know, you could use it with a bit of Tim Holtz because it's got that kind of like wash background. The two go together beautifully, don't they? But if you were thinking of like borders or sashing for a quilt and you were going to just use a plain blue, if you use this, it's quite nice, isn't it? But it also is really good for quilting patterns because actually if you were using this, you could just stitch along the lines. Beautiful. I love that. I mean, they are beautiful together, aren't they? But again, I would use this for a wide border. Like if you had a 3 or 4 inch border for a quilt, it would look really nice. Nice for the lining of a bag as well. Just half a metre. Right, I'm going to start with the darker blues. Let's do this big floral next. Oh, Princess, by the way, the photos that you've sent through haven't come. So can you send them again? I've got Anna to check. And you said you've messaged to say you sent photos, but they haven't come through. I'm still waiting. Still waiting, Princess. So could you send them through? Obviously, only if they're lovely. I don't want any dodgy photos because Hannah won't let me show just anything. But if they're nice quilt photos. Yeah, admire. Oh, that's the first bit. Admire the roses, drink in the blue skies, turn your face to the sun. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Look at that. That is gorgeous, isn't it? But you see, what I love about this collection is it looks lovely with some geometry. doesn't it? The two go together really well. £8.99 for your half metre of that. The next dark one, this is a lovely one because this has got a really nice spot on it. Lovely, you've got a nice dark navy blue spot. This one's sold out. Oh, sorry, that one's sold out by the half metre. The only way you can get this one is if you buy the bundle. The next dark blue one, got that one. This is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. That's your kind of the hero print of the collection, I think. I mean, this one here is a big print, but it's just those flowers. This is very multi, isn't it? This is the same as the extra wide backing. I think that's gorgeous. I mean, I just think little short sleeve blouse and jeans. It's just a statement, isn't it? Navy cardigan. I've got the whole outfit sorted. Navy cardigan, little short sleeve blouse, and then bag, but put this in the lining. Because otherwise you look too matchy-matchy. It'd look a bit much, wouldn't it? But I think that's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's go for the... Oh, look at this one. For the blues. Oh, is that one sold out? Nice. It's sold out. That one's sold out by the half metre. We do have that one in the yellow, though. That's such a sunshine yellow, isn't it? It's like it's like that deep orange of your daffodils. I like the fact with all of these, they're not plain backgrounds. They're slightly sort of smudgy watercolour. And that's your mode of attention to detail. So it's like a smudgy background, which gives you a lot of movement to it. Do like that one. £8.99. How about that lovely little rose one, the one that Lynn used in her quilt that's used for fussy cutting? Have we got that one by the half metre? No, the spotty ones sold out, didn't they? This is that hero print, but in white background. You see, now if you've got that one, and you've got that one, how nice are those together? See, what I'm thinking is... you could do blouse, sleeves. Yeah, I think that would look nice. I've seen a lot of people these days actually wearing blouses where you've got one colour down one side and one down the other side. So you have like the left-hand side and the left sleeve in one print, or swap them round, and the right-hand side and the right in the other print. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Sleeve. Next one is this beautiful big print. So remember, you know, although we call this quilting weight fabric, it is good for dressmaking and home sewing as well. If you just, you know, you want to make a couple of cushions to just use up your conservatory furniture, or you're thinking, well, it is getting a bit nice, I'm going to pop these on my outdoor furniture. If your outdoor furniture is looking a bit tired, make it some new cushions. And that's lovely, isn't it? It's like big yellow roses. Princess says she's resent them, Hannah. Hannah's going to look now. Thank you very much, Princess. She's a bit busy, but she's going to look in a minute. Ooh, look at the selvage on that. It's like a limey green, isn't it? Now, that's lovely, you see. So that's your kind of your mixer fabric that just sort of goes with it. And I think what's lovely is they've picked up all the colours that are in the bigger prints so that you can put them all together. Right, that's that one by the half metre. So if you want any of them by the half metre, so obviously some of them are sold out. The only way that you can get some of them, like that spotty one, is buying the mega bundle. And this is where you're going to save your money, because we're going to give you one of these half metres for free. But if you love the blues and yellows, you don't know what to do with them yet, worth getting, because these fabrics, well, you know what it's like. They come in and then they just whoosh out. We never see them again. We are on single figures of this bundle now. So if you want to save yourself £8.99, get the whole thing. And maybe you want to make a whole quilt for it, or you just love the colours and you think, actually, I'm going to have that in my stash because it'd be quite useful. I'm going to make a picnic, my first ever picnic quilt. And if you're not a great patchwork, if you're new to it, but you'd like to have a go at making something like a picnic quilt that you will use, just cut it into squares and sew the squares together in rows. Doesn't have to be anything fancy with all the seams and the points matching up. Cut it into squares and sew them together. And it will look amazing. Make a few half square triangles. Right, now what I think is fab, and I haven't seen this before, is that we do have some of these fabrics in canvas. So look. So these are the canvases. So we have the beautiful mosaic one, a blue and white one. We've got the spotty one, and then that big all over print one. So let me show you what they look like. So they are obviously a heavier weight than your normal quilting weight cotton. They're not like they're same, I think they're the same width. Yeah, they're 44 inches. But they're not super stiff, but you know, they've got a bit of drape to them. But if you were making a beach bag, or you wanted a stiffer bucket hat, or you wanted cushions for outside that you just want to have a little bit more body to them. I mean, these would make really nice cushions. Or maybe you want a tablecloth for outside, or a runner that you just want a bit more body, because you can see what I mean. It's not like really super stiff canvas, but it's just got a bit more weight to it. That is gorgeous, isn't it? And that's the Geometrics one. You see, so you could buy this, and then you could buy the matching quilting weight cotton if you wanted to line it in the same. But it's just, I think sometimes when you want, particularly like cushions for outdoor furniture, it just gives a bit more weight, and really good for bags as well. But we are celebrating Moda today for their 50th birthday year, and these are brand new in. £10.49 for half a metre, because they are a heavier weight, they are canvas. I think that's beautiful. Still 100% cotton, but they're like that sort of Panama canvas. You know, it's got a little bit of a drape to it. It's easy peasy to sew, but just a little bit thicker. Next one, we've got this lovely spot. Now, this is the one that's sold out in the quilting weight cotton, but we have got it in the canvas. I mean, that's lovely, isn't it? Wouldn't that be a nice beach bag? Beautiful. And what's lovely is, the background is like, the background is slightly mottled, like all of these fabrics have got almost like a watercolour look. So you've got like watercolour with sort of a dappled, is that the word? A dappled background with spots all over it, and then the flowers. I mean, that is lovely, isn't it? Even if it was just like a simple tote bag, but it'd be nice if you made it as like a barrel weekend bag. And then you could buy one of the other fabrics from the quilting weight, like this one for the lining. So many things. This is the hero print. Well, I don't know whether it is, but I think it's the hero print. It seems to have everything in it, in the white background. Again, great bag. Yeah, maybe you got Stuart's bag pattern that you did the other day. Be ideal for this, wouldn't it? Beautiful. Love the big flowers on that. And then I like the fact that then they've got all these big flowers, but they've filled in with all the little ones as well. That's that one. And then the final canvas is lovely. If you love the blue, and just the blue and white, look at that. I think that's gorgeous. I mean, yeah, you could. Little jacket. Nice jacket, wouldn't it? And then get one of the quilting weight ones for the lining, but that would be a lovely jacket, wouldn't it? It's the sort of thing, again, very simple, white t-shirt, jacket like this, real statement jacket, jeans, navy pumps, or white ones would be all right, as long as you're not walking through muddy fields. Whole outfit sorted. Because this in a jacket is a statement, isn't it? And people go, whoa, where'd you get that? Shall I pretend it's a jacket? See, look at that. It is stunning, isn't it? With a pair of jeans, simple jacket. We do loads of jacket patterns. Have a look on the website. I know Sussex Seamstress does lovely ones. The Friday Pattern Company do a really nice jacket. Don't know whether we've still got the pattern left, but we used to. But you could do, I think you could do trousers with it. I think you could. Little skirt, be very nice for an A-line skirt. Again, you see, because it's got the lovely colours on it, you can then pair it, if you're going to use it for dressmaking, pair it with just one colour, like a navy. I mean, you could do it with white jeans. Do you know what? I wouldn't even bother to pattern match that. It's so busy, isn't it? I mean, if I was doing a jacket with this and you were going down the two fronts, I think you would need to. But I think when you've got something as busy as that, you wouldn't even notice. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Anyway, have a think about it. £10.49. Right, competition today. Everybody who shops today will be in the draw to win this amazing fat quarter bundle, all from Moda. It is from the Shine collection by Sweetwater. One lucky person will win that. It's shades of blues and pinks and greens and yellows. Absolutely gorgeous. 75 other people. You will be, anyone who shops with today will be entered into our biggest ever giveaway of 76 prizes for one morning. I mean, we might have had more, but I doubt in it. 76 is a lot, isn't it? Just for one show. I don't think we have. Anyway, there they are. So all you have to do is shop and check out, and then you will be put in the prize draw, and they will be picked from random across the day. Right, we've got a photo from Claire in Norfolk. Hello, Rebecca. I bought a jelly roll and quilts in a weekend book in a bundle in 2020. And this is quilt I made from Claire. Oh, Claire, that is nice. That's really clever. That's kind of an illusion quilt, isn't it? You can see how the... Oh, that is... Oh, I like that. Because you've got like the whole squares and then the striped squares. Very nice. Thank you for sending that, Claire. I think that's gorgeous. Keep sending your Moda photos through because I love seeing them and I'm sure everyone else does too because it gives you just little ideas where people go, oh, I think I've got a pattern a bit like that. Oh, that's a good idea. I could use that for that. Now, this is perfect for this time of year and it's charming. Snowman. Snowman. But you know what? Fabric is not just for summer. It is for Christmas too. This is brand new to us today. Right, 10-inch layer cake. So you've got all of these 10-inch squares. Look at these, they're like little hand-drawn snowmen. So it's called Snowman Gatherings from Primitive Gatherings. So you've got snowmen, oh, nice plain white. You've got these little ditzy prints. The stars are in navy. I love this one's got all the circles. I mean, the shades of this are all gentle, soft blues and navies. And then we've got a bit of taupe. This is beautiful. And I mean, I know obviously it's snowmen, it's for winter, but get your fabric while you can. These are beautiful, aren't they? Do you know, I'm thinking very lovely for, even with the snowmen, or even if you just take those out, for that kind of neutral baby nursery look. That's a beautiful, soft, bluey grey. So you've got all of these prints. We've got the soft blues, and then we move into the greys. I mean, this is like, other than the snowmen, use this all year round. Wow, that's a big price drop. £17 off, $42.99. These soft, slaty blue greys. And the only one, I mean, that's nice. Look at that. That's just like a mottled. The only one that's got anything of winter about it are the two prints that are snowmen. But look at that with the stars. I mean, Lynn's pattern from earlier would be great in this. Even at the navy is beautifully mottled. Beautiful shades of navy, slate blues and greys with a £17 saving. I mean, it is beautiful for that really sort of classy, tasteful nursery look, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is brand new to us today. Look at that little print. The problem is, on the picture on the web, you only see the snowmen. So it feels like the whole collection is all going to be snowmen. And it isn't. That's the only print. The rest of them are really beautiful prints. But the good thing with this, you see, if you're watching the live show, you know, you get a head start because I've shown them all to you. And you get the £17 saving 42.99. It's very much the colours of the Janet Clare blues, some of her earlier collections, like the sea ones. Or yeah, your traditional Japanese quilting. But when you look at the colours there, you've got navies, slates and creams. It's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, even the sort of geometry ones are lovely. I like these mottled prints. You can't really see it, but in the creamy colour, there's that mottled print, wouldn't it, as well? I love the little stars. Quarter of the stock has just gone into baskets. I mean, it is a great day to do these Moda pre-cuts because we've got, oh, just lost my ears. We've got discounts on nearly all of them. So if, like me, you love Moda, this is a great day for you to get this collection. Which is quite a nice little book, isn't it? One page after another. And if you don't want to use the Snowmen yet, just take the Snowmen prints and put them... How many did you get in there as snowmen? 1, 2. I mean, I think the Snowmen prints are gorgeous. But if you don't want to use them, 3. I mean, yeah, all the others are stars and mottled prints, 4. I love this colour. This colour goes between the blue and the grey. They're probably in some sort of order of where they are, of where these pesky snowmen are. 6. There you go. So out of 42, 6 are snowmen because you've got 2 navy, 2 of the cream, and then 1 of the other colours. I think these are beautiful. And again, you know, if you want to make a quilt and you want to keep it simple, these squares are lovely, aren't they? You could even just sew them all together as squares, or they make stunning half square triangles at this size. Or this is where they're great value for when compared to charm packs, because you've got 4 charm squares in each one of these squares, so you could even cut them into 4. You could use these to do 8 half square triangles at a time. When you do that, you sew 2 of them right sides together, you draw a diagonal line from one corner to the opposite corner and sew 1/4 inch either side of those lines, and then cut along the lines. You've got 8, and centrally, horizontally and vertically, you've got 8 half square triangles. That's another idea. And then join all of those together to make a quilt, and you've got a beautiful palette of blues and greys. Anyway, if you love that, we've also got a 5-inch charm pack of this collection here. Can we do a little discount on this? I know it's brand new, but let's do a little discount on it. I mean, look at all these. These are beautiful. Look, $12.99. So I'm taking out the snowmen just to show you. I mean, the snow. If you're using this in the for the winter, that's great. But if you don't, if you just love the colourway, look at what they look. See, it looks completely different when you start laying it out, doesn't it? So you've got these lovely whites and blues, then you've got taupes, and you've got these, and even the plain has got a mottled look to it. I know, I think it's a shame in that they have just shown the snowman, because I think that could put people off thinking, well, I don't want snowmen, but look at what you're getting. Yeah, you see, but if you're watching live, for $12.99, you're getting these. Now, wouldn't these be great? 2 of these, and you can make Lynn's quilt from the first hour. We've got Princess, we've got a few problems with, Hannah's got a few problems with her computer. She's got your email, but every time she tries to show it, it crashes. So as soon as she's sorted it, it's not you, it's not your end, it's our end. Hannah's broken the internet. But But we are getting there. We have got it. And as soon as she gets it, her computer stops crashing. There we go. So that is, it's not as beautifully done as, you know, when you see their proper photos that they do. That is it without your snowmen. And then here are your snowmen. 7, actually, there's 7 snowmen. There you go. And they are lovely, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. $12.99. Now, just remember that price is for today. That's not the price that we're going to normally sell it at. If we still have any left after today, it will go back up to $19.99. So if you, I mean, it might, I don't know, it may be dropped again, but at midnight it will go back up again. So if you want to get it at this amazing price of $12.99, and that is a beautiful colour palette, isn't it? Amazing. $12.99. Now, remember what Lynn said, if you want to make this gorgeous quilt, here is the pattern, you will need 2 charm packs to make it. You could choose then what colourway you had in the background, couldn't you? You could go dark and then use a light thread to do the blanket stitch, or you could go light and use a dark thread to do the blanket stitch so it shows up. $9.99 for the pattern. You'll need 2 packs to make the whole quilt. And obviously you'll need background fabric as well, but for the actual print fabrics, you need 2 packs to do the whole quilt. 58-inch square. There is a small queue on the phone lines. Loads and loads of you are coming in to get this. But I'm not surprised. $12.99 for a charm pack. Moda, beautiful. Love those colours. You've also got a really nice dark and light mixture. So you could do things, you know, where you need that dark and light, like your tumbling blocks. It'd be ideal for that. Lovely to do EPP with. Because you can, you know, if you even just simple hexes, you can build up the colours. You can do that lovely sort of graduating tone where you do EPP and it moves down from one colour to the next. And again, you can do that if you just join the squares together. Or maybe you do it all into pinwheels with dark on one side of the pinwheel, light on the other side of the pinwheel. Just join them together, join 2 to make a half square triangle. I mean, you could even then pick up the matching prints. So you could take that print and that print, and then you could do half square triangles with these. That would look nice, wouldn't it? And if you joined all of the matching prints together like this and did that all across the whole quilt, it would look amazing, wouldn't it? So you could think, right, well, I'll pick up that one and that one. And I think the problem is, you know, you look at this and you think, oh, it's a snowman charm pack and it's Christmas, I don't want that. But look how nice that is. So when you think about doing half square triangles, obviously you'll get 2 of these for each pair. So now you've got 4. You could then go, well, I'm going to pick up 2 of the other colourways and prints. So you can just match them all up together. You could go, right, well, I'm going to go that star with that star. Or, you know, this is if you want to get complicated. You just keep it simple and just sew all the squares together. But you could see, you could, and if you laid them out like this in the colourways, you could get this sort of stripe of a colour running down. But just play with them. And remember, when you do your half square, you'll get 2 of them. And then, you know, and even with the snowmen, they're just like little people. You don't have to not use those. They're just really cute, aren't they? So many different things. But I think the colourway of this is really lovely. It's gentle, but it's got a nice sort of boldness to it as well. Well done if you've managed to get yours. Only $12.99. Well over half of the stock of this has gone now. It's $12.99 for the whole thing rather than $19.99. So you're saving £7, and that price will go back up again at midnight. I mean, they may lower it another time, I don't know. But that is our special Moda birthday price. If we actually have any left by the end of the day, because they are selling fast, thick and fast. Absolutely gorgeous. Love those. Can we well? Oh, yay, we've got Princess's pictures at last. Here are a few of my collection of Moda Makes. The blocks are my version of the Amber Makes Carpenter Star Quilt. Very nice, Princess. I love Rebecca and Amber Makes. Thank you, I love you too. The Hexies are an ongoing hand-sewn project quilt. Love Mila. They are gorgeous. They look beautiful. They work so well together. I've got a lovely picture of Princess, because she never shows us a picture of her. When I met her at Festival of Quilts, still got the picture of my phone, Princess. One day I'm going to give it to everybody so they can see what you look like. In my sunglasses, looked fab. Thanks for the pictures, they are lovely. Really nice to see them. Which one's for, oh, this one. Oh, these are lovely. So these are the same as we had a fat quarter bundle in the first hour. These are the same. Let me show you. I'll show you this one first. We don't have all the colours by the ½ metre. We only have some of the colours. Now, the gold spots are metallic. And look, they ombre from here. They go up to the centre and then they ombre back to the other end, which is why they work well when they're sold as fat quarters, because you get the half of the ombre. So you're getting in this bundle 5 ½ meters. They work beautifully as a whole fabric piece like that. So maybe you want to make a bag or a cushion or whatever. But also, if you're using them for your patchwork and your piecing, you know, you can cut out pieces from this end, which are really deep and dark, up to pieces from the top. So you're getting more than one colour for your money. That's one. Then the other one, minty green. Right, we've only got 8 of this bundle left. Say £4, it's $35.95, and you get these. And remember, you've got that lovely metallic, which works so beautifully. So that's the green one. Love the pink one. This is real strawberry, isn't it? It's just so pretty, isn't it? I see, it just makes me think of a watermelon beach bag. Yeah, yes, it is. Prosecco with chambord. What's the name for that? Lovely. It's not lovely, Hannah. Hannah goes, what's the name for that? Oh, when you put chambord in, what's it called? It's like, it is some kind of raspberry or blackcurrant or something. What's it called? Think of it in a minute. Not just lovely. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's kind of like a mojito, isn't it? Because it's fizzy and bubbly, although mojito isn't. And then this is a coconut cocktail. I don't know what that one is. But I like that one. I love the fat pina colada. You can't say pina colada without singing. I love a pina colada. I love the gold little spots and bubbles as they bubble up to the top, with the pops of turquoise and pink as well. There we go. So save £4. There are only 7 of these left now. You are getting 5 ½ meters of these gorgeous confetti metallic ombres. So get checked out on that. Now, we've also got them on their own by the ½ meter. So if you don't want the bundle and you don't want to save £4, you can just buy them by the ½ meter. But it does mean that if you want to use them, say, for dressmaking and you want more than a ½ meter, then you can buy it as 1 cut piece. These, when you look at them like this, make very nice tablecloths because you have the plain party table runner. Or, you see, you have that running down the centre of the table and then all the sparkly bits down the end. Party hats. You know, very beautiful for gift bags. See, I'm thinking if you made for ½ meter, you know, it depends how big you want your gift bag, but you could make quite a few. Get yourself these now. You can make a load of gift bags with the drawstrings, and every time you buy someone a present, pop it in. You can make your whole year's worth. You don't have to buy any wrapping paper. And very lovely as well. Depends how big you want it to be. But you see, you could go like, you know, if it's a little gift. Might be ½ meter, might make 1, it might make 4, depending how big your gift is. But it is beautiful, isn't it? It's a little bit special. How about this lovely green? Lime is very limited. It's a limited lime. I really would love to make a pair of trousers with this around the bottom. Very special bag that would be, wouldn't it? How about the strawberry one? Is it called strawberry? Popsicle. What is a popsicle? Oh, is that like an ice cream thing? Popsicle. It's like an ice pop, a popsicle. Hannah Googled popsicle to see what it meant, and she got Pope Francis. I don't think anyone could describe Pope Francis as a popsicle. I love that sometimes, don't you? That when you write things in and things come up and you think, has anyone really asked that question? Really? What were they looking for when they asked that question? Because, you know, all these random questions come up. What's this one then? Oh, mint. Mint mojito. It just feels, I think because of the little bubbles, it kind of just feels cocktaily, doesn't it? I'm still wanting to know what the Prosecco with the Chambord's called. We haven't got to the bottom of that one. Hannah, could you Google it? Who knows what you'll get? It's not just really nice. There's a name for it, and I can't think what it is. Last one. Oh, that one's sold out. Anyway, get those. Oh, yes, we had fat quarters of these earlier that Dan has beautifully... Look at how beautifully tied them back. Is that the wrong one? I was thinking he can't. Because that's actually... yeah, that's more like it. A Bellini. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to find this. Maybe I've got a different name for it. Someone will tell me. Oh, can we flick? There we go. So this is the fat quarter bundle we had earlier. Should be $50.99, but we're doing it for $43.99. So you're getting the purple, blue. We don't have all these by the half metre. Oh, there's a picture of all of them. We don't have them all by the half metre, but they are all in this fat quarter bundle. So again, if you're thinking like party bags, this is my favourite. I'll just take up my favourite. We'll look at that one. That. Look at that one. Beautiful. These work out at that price, $3.66 for a fat quarter, which is quite good, isn't it? $43.99 for those. So if you love these confetti fabrics, Moda confetti, then that's the fat quarter bundle. Gorgeous. Yes, we have, sorry, just remembered that. Very excited about Moda. We've forgotten to mention the Design a Block competition. Design a Block competition. We remembered earlier. I have the panel on the desk. Yes, I do. So, if you are one of our regular viewers, you will know that every year we do the Design a Quilt block competition, and we change the fabrics every year. So all you have to do, look, they're pretty this year. Look at those. They're springy pretty. So this year we've gone pretty springy. So you have to buy the panel, $6.99, and then you design a block. All the rules are on here. So the finished block must be 12.5 by 12.5 inches. This includes the finished seam allowance of quarter by a quarter of an inch. You've got the plain white fabric here that you can use for the background. You can use these. Now, they have said you can use a little bit of your own fabric, but the majority of it needs to be this, because the idea is that the winner's blocks will all be sewn together into one quilt. So if you use loads of your other fabric, it's just not going together. You can use any genre or method that you like. It could be applique, it could be pieced. You can use it for embroidery. 12 winners because we will have a quilt with 12 in it, will each win £100 credit to their Sewing Street account. Send your block in by Friday the 13th of June. All of the information is written on here. You can buy as many as you want. You can put a bit of your own fabric, but I'm saying don't put too much. Try and keep to these colourways, because then the whole quilt will look lovely together. The finished quilt then will be displayed at the Festival of Quilts, and you're going to get £100 on your account. We can't send back the blocks. So just take a photo of them before you send them, and then you won't forget what they look like. But what we normally do with them is that the ones that don't go into our winning quilt, we give them to people to make them into charity quilts. So design a quilt block, you might win £100, and also you might have it then displayed at the Festival of Quilts. Only £6.99. A Kir Royale, Pat, absolutely. Do you know, it was bothering me. I knew someone out there would knew it. I love a Kir Royale, and I just couldn't think what it was called. Thank you, Pat. I'm glad some people, it doesn't matter about the quote competition. We're on the Kir Royale. I knew somebody out there would know, and they are lovely. In fact, I think I prefer that to a Bucks Fizz. Is that controversial? Or a Peach Bellini? No, I think a Kir Royale has got to be way up there. Right, that's the competition. A charm pack. This one, Maeve. Maeve. Do you know that? Remember that author, Maeve Binchy? That I love, brilliant Irish author. Called Maeve. Right, here we go. You ready? Because it's so nice. Let's just match the price. If you've already checked out, well done. You will, over half the stock went on pre-order. You will, anyone who's already checked out, don't worry, you will be charged the lower price. If you haven't checked out, make it quick. These are beautiful, aren't they? You've got, oh, I love that colour. It's kind of mustard and orange together, isn't it? Oh, look, it's got snails on it. These are beautiful. You've got shades of fuchsias and purples with that little bit of ochre in the background. What a beautiful set of prints. And if you love this colourway, it's bright and it's bold, and you've got a lot of riotous colours and prints. Right, we've got fewer than 20 of these left. Loads and loads. If you've got them in the baskets, you need to be quick. That is a beautiful colourway. £12.99. I mean, today is the... I love... Look at the snail on that one. That's gorgeous, isn't it? I'm loving the £12.99 Moda Charm Pack vibe that's going on today. But, you know, we've got to celebrate the fact we're very grateful to Moda they're still going and they're still successful, because we still going. Because, well, you think over 50 years, probably how many fabric companies aren't still going. You know, and it is a testament to their quality and their design skills that they are still going. And we love it because they are constantly bringing out new fabrics, new designs, new ideas, combining colours. So popping that sort of deep ochre with your bright purples and going, I never thought about that. They're also really great ambassadors of designers. You know, we've got designers who've been with them for a long time. You know, you've got people like the French General that have been designing for them for over 20 years. You've got brand new designers that they bring on board and encourage. They constantly, you know, champion their designers and the colours. And that's great. So I think we need to celebrate with them. That's going to sell out. £12.99. Still a few left. If you want one, it's selling fast. So if you want one, just be quick. This one, Woodland. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is gorgeous. Should we show? Look, there's 8 of these. 8 fat quarters. Look. Little foxes and rabbits, deer. Beautiful. And then I love these fabrics that go with them. Look, you've got great big, oh, let me turn them over. Big moths. So this is 8 fat quarters, normal price, $35.96. Moda Special Birthday Celebrating With Them price. Let's go to a great price for this. Right, we're going to go down to £3.49 a fat quarter, which means it's £27.92. So if you've seen this before, because I know we've had it on the show before, and we've never had it at this price, and you've loved it. I mean, this, look at this one. I think that has got to be, I'm going to just open that one up. It's a little bit of a hero, that one, isn't it? Look. That's upside down. Yeah, look at that. I mean, the colours and the prints, I love it. It's really intricate, isn't it? It's almost a bit folk arty. £3.49 a fat quarter. Sally says, hi Rebecca, what's the name of the quilt behind you? It's called Barn Gazing. And we have got the pattern. We'll be talking about it at the 12 o'clock hour, but it is available on the pre-order. So we've got the pattern. We did do a kit of it, but then we sold out all the fabric, but there is a pattern for it called Barn Gazing. There we go. All of those, £27.92. Woodland Wonder. That is a great price for designer fat quarters. Beautiful colours together, and it's the sort of thing, the whole fabric collection really works well together, but equally you could just use the ones that you quite fancy on their own, couldn't you? There we go. Next one. Oh gosh, look at the time. Have I got time to do another one? One more. Another little fat quarter bundle. Oh, these are nice as well. I like the colours in these. They're so good at colour. I mean, I know Moda use designers. Obviously, they have their own collections. They're not just sitting all there. But they do choose the designers. They do curate the collections. Now, we've cut these in-house. And we've got this, because obviously when we cut them in-house, we can then buy them by bulk rather than having to buy them already pre-cut. So we are at £3.62 a fat quarter already at £14.49. It's £3.62. Let's reduce the price though to £2.99 for a fat quarter. Can't do that on all of them, but we're going to do it with this one. And what lovely colours. You kind of got burgundies and oranges with a little bit of mint in there as well. £11.96. So if you love these colours, they're a bit autumnal, aren't they? Let me show you that one, because the other colours go with it. That's stunning, isn't it? £11.96. Beautiful. Love that. 4 pieces. What a great discount. So if you just want a little bit of Moda, you want to join in the Moda frenzy, today is the day. If you've never bought Moda fabric, give it a go. You will love it, because it's beautiful to sew with. It's beautiful to sew with. No, sorry, I'm just answering Hannah. I haven't got the 5-inch Snowman, because I gave it to Dan. I gave it back. Have we got any of them left? Amazing. We've only got a few of them left. So the 5-inch charm pack with the Snowman on the top, £12.99. It's the the Snowman Get the Collection, a 5-inch charm pack. Oh yes, thank you very much, Dan. There we go. It's not, don't ignore the Snowman bit. Although, unless it's nearer winter, look at the colours. I counted them out. I think there were 5 or was it 6 of the Snowmen prints. But look at the colours. I know there's loads. I'm just showing it to you again. There's loads of you've got it in baskets. So I know you're trying to make up your mind. It's £12.99 for a collection of 42 beautiful small prints. Quite a little bits of geometry. You've got a few florals as well, and spots and stripes in really gentle shades of blues, slate blues, navies, creams. So if you love this kind of gentle, subtle blues, it's quite neutral nursery as well. Isn't that pretty? 42 of them, and obviously I know it says on the front that it's the Snowman collection, but honestly there's 6 of them. They should have just called it the Blue Collection and then renamed it in winter. I think the Snowmen are really cute, to be honest. £12.99 for the Primitive Gatherings collection. That is a special price just for today as well. So after midnight, that will go back up. This is our Moda birthday celebration price. Fabulous. Right, thank you so much for joining me for this hour. I'm going to see you back in a few minutes' time. Lynn Goldsworthy is going to be back with another brand new design. It is beautiful. Stars, gorgeous stars. We've got 3 different kits and we've got the instructions. Take the opportunity to check out in the break. We sold out of Lynn's last kit. So if you want to get ahead, get checked out with it. And then you can just sit back and enjoy the demo. And I'll see you back here in a few minutes' time.
A little tip for when you're measuring yourself, either for making a pattern or for buying shop-bought clothes. Take a piece of elastic, because it's really important to find where your natural waistline is. All you do is you just tie it around yourself. Doesn't matter how tight, because it's not going to be a waistband or anything like that. You just tie it around your waist, like that, and then leave it for a little while. Move around, do a bit of exercise, do a bit of housework, do a bit of tidying up, and when you come back, right, this will be in your natural waistline. So if you're drawing a pattern, every single line emanates from your waistline. And if you're buying clothes, you will get your natural waist size. For example, this is my natural waist and I measure 41 here, but I buy 36 jeans. So which one's right? Not the 36. My natural waist is a 41.
Sewing Street's designer block competition is back. Use the fabric on our bespoke panel to make your very own quilt block masterpiece. 12 lucky winners will be announced on Friday the 20th of June. Each winner will receive a £100 credit to your Sewing Street account. Your block will be proudly exhibited at the Festival of Quilts 2025. Tune in for the launch this Wednesday for Sewing Street's designer block competition.
Never miss a show by watching on the go with the Sewing Street app. Head over to your App Store now and search Sewing Street and simply download to your smartphone or tablet. You can watch the shows live and see your favourite presenters and guests. Click on the Today button to shop all of the products that are featured in today's show. Want to know what's hot? Then click here to see today's bestsellers and highlights. Have you missed a show or want to watch one back? Then click the schedule button and you can go back 7 days to watch and shop, and you can also see what's coming up over the next 7 days. Want to say hello or ask a question to our guests? Then send a message to the studio. You can also keep in touch with all the latest news, events, product launches and much more by clicking here for our social media pages. Never miss a show by watching on the go with Sewing Street.
So have you heard of the sewing term fat quarter? A fat quarter is a rectangular piece of fabric, usually measuring 18 inches by 22 inches. It's called a fat quarter because it's a quarter of the fabric on a roll or bolt, and because they're pre-cut, no need to measure or trim. You can find fat quarters in different styles, plain, patterned, or even bundled together in matching sets. So now you know what a fat quarter is.
Hi everyone, Andy here, and I'm very excited to tell you about our next Craftopia event that's taking place from Friday, May the 23rd to Sunday, May the 25th at the lovely Abbey Hotel in Redditch. 4 workshops with some of the best tutors available in the crafting world today, bringing you a little bit from all 3 of our channels. That's Hobby Maker, Jewellery Maker and Sewing Street. And what's even better, the price includes all your accommodation, all your workshops, all your meals, all your snacks and a goodie bag worth over £200. And this year, for the first time, we're excited to bring you Friday night crafting with lots of surprises in store. So your talented tutors for the weekend are Julie Peplow, introducing you to the world of card making, Carla Bagshaw, who'll be inviting you to make your own memory albums. We also have Catherine Wright, who'll be introducing you to hand sewing, and Debbie Kershaw, introducing you to the wonderful world of jewellery making. And here's the best part, you won't need to bring anything at all because everything is included. So you can join us for the entire weekend, or just part of it, or if you just want to come to the workshops, we've got ticket options for everyone. All you need to do is to visit the website and search out Craftopia, or you can email me directly, andy.love@hobbymaker.co.uk. As always, places are limited, so make sure you don't miss out and book your tickets now. And join us for the best craft weekend ever, from Friday, May the 23rd to Sunday, May the 25th. I look forward to seeing you there.
Did you know that we can deliver to over 20 different countries worldwide, spanning 4 continents from the UK to Australia? Check out our website for the list of countries and delivery costs. Sewing Street, stitching the world together.
When you hear the term half square triangle, or HST, it refers to a simple way to create 2 identical triangle shapes from a fabric square. Start with 2 squares of fabric, any size, and place one on top of the other, aligning the raw edges. Using a ruler and a fabric pen, mark a diagonal line from corner to corner. Then mark a second line 1/4 inch on either side of the diagonal. Pin the fabric together to keep it secure, then sew along the 2 outer lines that you marked. Now carefully cut along the first diagonal line you drew. Press the seams flat using the heat from an iron. Use washi tape to align your ruler and trim away any excess fabric. And there you have it. Your half square triangle is ready to use.
Did you know at Sewing Street that on various products we offer split pay? That means on certain items you can spread the cost over 2, 3, 4 or sometimes even 5 interest-free monthly payments. Just pay the first instalment when you purchase and you're away. So shop your way with split pay.
Looking for the perfect gift for the sewing enthusiast in your life? The Sewing Street gift card is just the thing. Choose between a physical card delivered to their door or a convenient e-gift sent straight to their inbox. It's easy. Just head to the Sewing Street website, scroll to the bottom of the page, click Gift Cards, or use your smartphone, scan the QR code and go straight there. Pick the amount you'd like to load onto the card, and that's it. The Sewing Street gift card, the gift of creativity made simple.
Missed a show on Sewing Street? Don't worry, you can catch up on all the action from the past week on our website. Just head over to sewingstreet.com and go to TV Guide and pick a day, then a show up to 7 days back from the Today tab. Looking for something older? Check out the Sewing Street YouTube page, where you'll find our full archive of shows anytime, anywhere. Stay inspired and keep sewing with Sewing Street.
Welcome back to Sewing Street. So we've got a new design. So Lynn, hi. Did you have a nice coffee break biscuit?
I had a really nice coffee break when I was turning some Dresdens inside out.
Were you?
I was.
Oh,
So I was doing
lovely.
some work in my break.
That's very good. So tell me about this quilt design and why you did it.
So the reason I did this is because I love English paper pieced quilts, but they take a long time to make. So this gives the impression it's English paper pieced, but it's not. It's just strips of fabric. And then you give the impression of the English paper piecing by quilting it where you would have those seam lines. So those give that impression. And these are Lynette Anderson fabrics, and that I just love Lynette Anderson
Well, they're
fabrics.
soft,
They're so
gentle,
and
aren't they?
Those colours, funnily enough, on the photo on the pattern, it looks sort of blue, but actually those are greens and reds, pinks, burgundies. They're gorgeous soft colours, yeah.
And I'm taken by the quilting.
So the
Taken. So when I
quilting
came in
was
this
the
morning,
thing to
I walked
make
up
it
to
look.
And like, how have you done that?
She really was. She was like,
how have you done
inspecting
that?
it very
See,
closely.
This is the great thing when you get to meet real experts. It's like in my mind, I've got this list of questions. Like, number one.
And after that.
And how do you do that? How do you do that? How did you do that? Because I don't know where you... Oh, we can get in quite close. The quilting looks
yes.
very bold.
I did it with an Orifil 12 weight, which is a really heavy weight of thread. This one's cotton, but you could use wool. And on the back, I just used any old thread. I mean, I used an Orifil 50 weight. Top
12
spool,
weight.
12 weight.
Bottom spool.
I used a 50 weight.
Okay.
So any thread on the
Right.
back. And there are two ways of doing it, and I've done a diagram in the pattern of the two ways. Either you could do it like I did and have lines in every single sort of bit so that it looks as if these are pieced in 12 triangles, or you can have them every other line, and then it would look as if you've pieced them in those 60-degree diamonds. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you got halfway and got bored, just do half as much.
I have done that with quilts, where I've done my lines 2 inches apart, thinking, can I be bothered?
I know. Will I go in between? No, I won't go in between because it's nearly finished.
But once you've done them inches apart, you have to keep going.
You have to keep going once you've started like that.
It's so clever, because we've managed to get... Well, you can see it better on these darker ones. But
yes, you
that's
can.
It. From now on, I am getting myself some of this Shashko thread.
And I also do it on the longest stitch. I always quilt on
Like
the longest...
how long?
5.
Really?
I do all my quilting on the longest stitch. Number 1, because I like how it looks. Number 2, guess what? Because it's quicker.
Yes, but when I said to you earlier, even though I've got a fancy pants machine,
yeah,
I sometimes get, particularly quilting, because I think I go fast and slow, I don't get my stitches as even, but I do a 3.
Try a 5.
5?
Yeah. Number 1 faster. Number 2, I like how it looks. I like
it honestly looks
stitch.
like the most perfect hand quilting.
I mean, it would be a lovely quilt to hand quilt. I would love to have hand quilted this, but that would take me a long time.
Have you tried, some machines have a quilting stitch?
I have, and I can't make it work.
Well, it sort of has like 2 and then 1 and then 2, as if the one doesn't show up.
I know, I don't really understand it. And it takes forever because it's sort of going...
Yeah. That was our demonstration.
Yes, this is us being a sewing machine.
It's brilliant. So the graphics we've got is for the sample on the wall. So I'll just go back and show you the kit. Then we can go through all of that, and then we can get back to how to make it. They appear quite similar in the photo. So the bundle I've got here is for an exact replica of the one on the wall. This one is £84.99. Now, what you get in this one, so this one is slightly higher than the other two because you get a Lynette Anderson print for the binding, okay? So you get your ivory, 2.5 metres, and then you get all of these fabrics, 12 fat quarters. So this is from the Lynette Anderson Favourites collection. So they've put together this collection. So if you know and love Lynette Anderson, you will have seen some of these before. But what she's done is curated her favourites and put them into one collection. So there you go. I mean, you can see they're all of her signature shades of greens and blues and browns. Oh, and you get instructions as well. Now, because we're on a day of celebrating, we have put this on 5-way split pay, which is madness, isn't it? Madness. Because normally split pay starts at $99.99 and then it's 2-way. And then when you get to $149.99, I think it goes 3-way. But instead, what we've done is $84.99. We've done it on 5-way split pay. Just encourage, if you're thinking, oh, I can't pay all that in one go, you only have to pay $16.99 now. We send you the whole kit, and then every month for the next 4 months after that, you then pay in equal instalments until it's paid. We don't charge you to do that, and we don't charge you any interest. It costs you exactly the same in total, whether you pay it for all in one go or whether you buy it in instalments. So you get, there's a load of fabric in here, isn't there? 2.5 metres of ivory, 12 fat quarters, and then you get the piece. I presume that's 1/2 metre. Yeah, 1/2 metre for the binding. And full instructions. So everything you need in there. The finished size is 56.5 by 70 inches. Now, in the instructions are printed templates, because you'll need the templates to make all the stars. There are printed templates. However, you can easily use those absolutely fine, but we do have a separate set of templates that make it easier. Because it's always easier to use templates than printed templates. I mean, but these, you will get see, all the templates are in here. with all of the markings on, everything that you need. So you can use these, and it's nice thick paper as well. There's a colouring sheet, there's a fabric sample sheet, so you can pin your fabrics to it. All the diagrams, everything you need to know, even the information about the quilting lines and the cutting out. So all of that is all in this kit, £84.99. All of those 12 fat quarters, the ivory, and then you've got the print Lynette Anderson fabric for the binding. Exactly the same as the one that Lynn has got behind her. Right. Now, another colourway. Now, these two, the next two are similar, but different. So these are a slightly lower price because you have a plain fabric as the binding, which seems to have gone into that one.
I think it's on the bottom.
Oh, it's on the bottom. Oh, yeah, good point. So what you've got is 2.5 metres of the ivory just before. The binding for this one is slate, I think. Yeah, 0.5 metre. And then these are the fat quarters that you will get in this one. So they're all very similar colours because they're from this collection. But this is a bit more pinky hues, I would say. Yeah, is this warm or cool, this one? Oh, I thought one of them was called warm and one was called cool. That must have been. There we go. So you've got some beautiful blues, but you're moving into a few sort of the pinky ones. So it's much warm. I think this is warm. And obviously you've got the ivory. And then you've got the slate, and obviously you get the full instructions. So it's up to you really what sort of feel that you want for it, whether you want to pay the little bit extra to have the binding in the print fabric, whether you're happy with just the slate. But even though this one is a lower price, we've still extended the 5-way split pay to cover this. Mad! £79.99, so that's 5 equal payments of £15.99. So for £15.99, you can get a full quilt kit on its way to you. We don't charge you interest. We don't do credit checks. We take the hit on the interest with that so that you can have it and spread the cost. So £15.99 for a quilt kit today, not bad. Right, the final colourway. So again, you've got the ivory, you've got the slate for the binding, and these are the fat quarters. So this one is called Cool. Oh, I thought, see, I read cool and I thought one was cool and one was warm, but no, this one is cool. There we go. So these are real blues, whereas the other one was a bit pinkier. So these are Lynette Anderson's favourites from her favourite collection. Look, I love it when she does text ones. So you've got the alphabet one there. Let me just move those out of the way. No, this is the only bundle that's got the alphabet in it. That's lovely, isn't it? So you've got real cool blues with that one. And then you've got 2.5 metres of ivory. You've got the 0.5 metre of the slate for binding and full instructions. Again, remember the templates do come in the instructions. Like that. £79.99. Right, let's talk about templates. So, oh, yes, sorry, we'll do instructions on the road and then we'll talk about templates. So if you want the printed instructions on the road, these are the physical ones that come in an envelope to you in the post. £9.99 for these. You will get all this just as I showed you before. You will get the templates in here to you, so you can do it without the acrylic ones, but I'm going to show you those in a minute. £9.99 for full instructions. So you may want to use your own fabrics for this. You can use like the 12 fat quarters like we've done. You can use a different fabric for each of the stars. So you can really mix and match it. You can make it bright, bold, midnight, dark. You could have navy in the background, gold in the stars. It could be all sorts. It could be pastel nursery. It could be bright pinks and greens and cave. £9.99. Right? Now, if you're impatient, not just impatient, if you just want it now and you don't want it printed, £9.99 and it will be emailed straight to you. If you have any issues at all with your download, just do it again. Because sometimes there's issues with downloads and it just needs to be done again. So just go re-download it again. Any problems, just call the call centre 0800 001 4433 and they will be able to help you with it. Fine. Right. Can I talk about templates now? I'm going to go over to Lynn to talk about templates. So what is the purpose of these then, Lynn?
Okay,
I'll let Lynn explain.
This is pretty exciting for me because this is my very first in my whole life template set.
Right. Very first.
Very first.
In a special envelope.
In a special envelope. Another story about that later. So I made the envelopes.
Oh, did you?
I did. I thought I'd ordered envelopes. I hadn't. I'd ordered sheets of cardboard.
No.
And I thought, well, I don't want to waste this beautiful cardboard. I will make the envelopes myself. So that's another story.
Yes.
Anyway, what you get is you get 4 templates, and the 4 templates will cover everything that you need to cut out for this quilt. So
these are not in the bundles. These are an optional
separate
extra
thing entirely. So if you're somebody who prefers to cut with a template rather than just kind of freewheeling with a piece of paper and a ruler, and sometimes the piece of paper slips, and I know not everybody loves paper templates.
Right, so
these you will use, and I'll show you when I get on to doing a demo or whenever you're ready, I will show you what you do to use these, but they are dead simple because really all you're doing is cutting from 2.5-inch strips. So you cut lots of those strips and then you use these templates to cut the different lengths that you need. So this one long template does all of those lengths.
Oh, wow.
And then you've got 3 templates for the other little bits and pieces that appear on the quilt. So you've got everything you need in just 4 templates. So it's a nice, easy set to work with.
And they've got the corners cut off as well.
They've got
like
the corners
that.
cut off, and you can, honestly, you can cut the corners off or not. If you don't feel you've
And they are
got to...
see-through, I presume.
No, they come like this.
Oh, they do?
They do come like this.
Some people have templates and they go, you have to peel that bit off.
Well, no, I don't think you need to, because you can see, I'll show you when we come to it, you can see where you're lining the fabric up to, so that works
there's a point
fine.
to that.
You may be able to peel the paper off, maybe you do. But you don't have to. I did quite a bit of cutting with them yesterday.
No, I just want, because sometimes people go, oh, that peels off.
Yeah, well, maybe it does. Again, it's my first set, so this is, we're learning together.
Now, these don't come in the bundle, they don't come in the kits, because obviously in the instructions you have got paper templates. You don't have to have these. However, we are very limited on these now. They do make it easier.
They do. They make it a lot easier. I do think this is a beginner-friendly quilt. It looks a bit complicated. It's actually dead simple. But if you are a beginner in particular, you're going to find that working with acrylic templates is so much easier than trying to work with paper templates.
Right.
So it's certainly an easier way to work.
And you're going to use them over and over again. And they come in a very lovely handmade envelope as well.
Because I ordered the wrong thing
Yes,
online.
always handmade envelopes. And then you can keep your templates and your instructions together. Didn't order enough what? Didn't order enough templates.
Well, we did, the thing is, it was a trial run.
Who knew?
Who knew? The first time we did this, we thought we'll give it a trial run.
There's only 10 left. You need to be really quick.
And they make it so much
You
easier.
never know,
Honestly,
though.
You don't know.
And
The thing is,
these are your first
these
ever.
are my first ever templates.
No, and we didn't want to be left with 3,000 in the warehouse.
Exactly.
did we?
No point ordering 3,000. So in future, we'll know
To order
that we need to
3,000.
order 3,000.
Yes, but there's only 8 left
But
now.
this was the first time. So, and I had these cute little stickers made.
Oh!
This is interesting to nobody but me, but don't you love a sticker?
Oh, I love a
Yeah,
sticker.
yeah.
Stickers, handmade envelopes, templates.
Honestly.
What could you want? So there's only 4 left. I think we'll take the graphics out for them. Now, but don't worry, you don't have to have the templates. But next time we will get more.
Next time
But there
we'll
was
get
only
more.
one way to find out, wasn't there?
Well, exactly.
I blame it
because-
on Hayley, to be honest, because she should have ordered more.
Let's blame Hayley. I
Hayley.
think that's the easiest way to do
Yeah,
it. I
I
mean,
think it
Stuart
is.
always says to me, people are a little bit nervous of paper templates. Now, I don't think you have to be. I'm happy to use paper templates.
Oh, I use
but
paper
that
templates.
But that was the thinking behind doing acrylic
Yeah.
templates. But we do have a full set
To
in
be
here.
fair, in these instructions, the paper's very thick.
The paper's lovely and thick, so you can cut out these templates and you've got everything you need. I even have written on these templates how many you cut from what type of fabric. That's
Oh,
just to
okay.
make your life a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's true.
So that you don't have to memorise things. You can just have a look here and see what I've got a little scale there, scale here. It shows you cut lots of 2.5-inch strips. So actually this quilt is also jelly roll friendly.
Well, also, you can cut these out You haven't got to
yes.
copy them, have you? Because on that side, you've got a fabric sample sheet.
Which you
cut
could
that out.
just, yes,
And then on that
exactly.
side, there's like notes.
Yeah, bits and pieces. So you can literally
and
cut
these
out
are
the paper.
nice and thick.
They are. They're
So
nice and sturdy. So you
some
can
people
totally...
prefer one thing, some people prefer another.
Exactly, but I'm happy working with paper templates.
Right.
And
What should we do then?
what should we do? Well, since we have we sold out the templates, do we just want to
Yeah.
work with paper so that we can show?
We can still show using them.
Up to you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So we will start with cutting a 2.5-inch strip of one of the fabrics. This is a cute one. It's got like little chickens on. That's what I love about Lynette Anderson is you have these gorgeous little
Oh,
prints.
there's just like little details and then
her
little words.
drawings
and
are beautiful.
tiny snails and things.
Exactly.
There's always a tiny snail
There's
somewhere.
a tiny
isn't
snail. If only I don't think there's a tiny snail on my quilt. I feel disappointed now. I feel like I'm
there?
letting
do
you
know
all
what? I'm gonna have a
down.
Look, I bet there is. There's always a
There was
tiny
a snail.
snail.
Rebecca's on the hunt for a snail, and I'm going to show you cutting.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to start with one of the templates that's just for the end piece here, and I'm going to show you why. So basically, actually, let's use the main template because that's
There's a
the one we'll be
hedgehog's
using.
bottom.
We don't want a hedgehog bottom.
There's a hedgehog bottom.
Not a bottoms quilt. So if you were starting off like this, you'd want to make. Oh, look at me! I'm trying to use a ruler and a acrylic template.
I can't find one. That's amazing.
Then you're going to cut off that first triangle, and after that we'll come back to the cutting. But what you're going to do with these little first triangles that you cut off, pattern. Oh, thank you. What you're going to do with these little triangles that you've cut off is you're going to put them on your fabric swatch sheet. And can you see how much I like things to work?
Oh, so
Look at that, it
nice.
actually fits. So you could stick that on with a bit of like Soline glue pen or whatever.
And then you'll remember.
So you make a swatch sheet and then you know which is which because looking at this diagram here, this is your master plan. And what you need to do, you've got 12 fat quarters and you need to write the number of every single star on here. So you can scatter all those prints around and then this is the chart that you work from because the difficult part of this is keeping track of what goes where. The easy part is the sewing, so it's just a keeping track.
Oh, I guess because one row.
Exactly.
Yes.
In
goes
one row,
into another.
you've got, for example, the bottom of that star with the top of a new
Yes,
star.
I see what you mean.
So you can't do that on the hoof. You have to have pre-planned it.
Yes, get
And the
it.
best way to do that is by having all of these swatches and then get maybe a Sharpie or a pencil and just put 1, 12, 11, 6, 9, all over, scatter them all over. Decide ahead of time so that you then have a chart and a plan and you go ahead and you make this quilt line by line. Don't try to get ahead of yourself and try and...
And do you have any advice on what order to put them in?
So the way I did it was, let's say you've got, which I have here, the green and pink bundle. You've got twice as many greens as pinks. So start by scattering all the pinks so that you've got those balanced across the quilt.
Okay.
Then scatter the greens, and then when you come to the end and you look at your chart, if it looks like you've got two 11s next to each other, just move those around.
Okay.
So really, it's just a case of, because these all go so beautifully together, you just want to try to have them scattered as randomly as possible so that you don't have kind of a clump of greens or a clump of reds. And then this print here, you and I talked about this being the sort of outlier that we didn't feel matched with the others.
Yeah.
But with quilting, the one print that you don't feel goes as well with the others, that's the one that makes the quilt come to life because for some reason it makes the other fabrics work around. I don't know how that happens, but Jen Kingwell taught me that one. If you throw in an unexpected print, it makes the quilt sing a bit more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept, isn't it? I've met her once. She came to Sewing Quarter.
Oh, she's amazing.
Amazing. And then sold out and then went back to New Zealand.
Oh, of course. I mean,
was
she's
it.
incredible.
Amazing.
She's incredible.
But also, when you do the quilting, it sort of puts them together a bit more as well.
Oh, it totally puts them together more. I think,
especially with your magic
when you've
thread.
just got the flat quilt top, flimsy, some people call it.
Morning,
Oh,
Lynn and
look,
Bex.
we've got
It's
to- I
great
love
to
it when
see you
you
on
do that.
Sewing Street. I learned so much for you. Thank you for making my day, from Kathy. I know,
Oh,
I've
thank
learned.
you, Kathy.
Shall I tell you what
That's
I've
so
learned
nice.
today? I've learned.
You've learned...
On to web for 10 minutes.
Bond to web, no, not 10 minutes, to set the house
10
on fire.
seconds, no. That, yeah.
Bond to web for an hour.
So I obviously listened really carefully.
Yes.
Bondweb for 10 seconds. Honestly, how many years have I used Bondweb for?
Yes, and now you're going to be so speedy with the like little crinkly crackly taking the papers off.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. 12-weight quilting thread.
12-weight quilting thread.
Yeah.
Length 5.
Length
looks like
5.
hand quilting.
That length 5.
Yes, looks as...
I might have to watch this back because
I'll write you some notes. I'll write some notes.
yeah,
and post it.
they're not totally embedded yet.
No, 10 minutes with Bondweb, they're not yet embedded, are they?
I think after
Singeing
5
your
minutes I
fabrics.
might have realised.
Yes, when it starts smelling in the sewing room,
maybe.
the fire alarms start going off.
But it's great. See, that's why we're so lucky. We get to have all of you experts like you in.
And get people with lots of different ways of doing things. That's
Well,
what I
think
like.
That's what's nice, because some people go, oh, I never do it like that.
I know, and there's the whole quilt police where you're supposed to do things certain ways, and we ignore those.
Well, it is, and you sort of sometimes think, oh, maybe I should be doing it that way.
Yeah.
And then people go, no, why seams? And I think, I don't know what one of those is. So
Well,
I've never done one.
Oh,
I
you've
do one.
never done...
No. And because it's billed in a
Now you're...
no why seams exclamation mark, I keep thinking,
Yeah.
and I never want to do
You're
one.
never going to do Y seams.
Because they are billed as a terrible thing.
they're not a terrible thing.
I've never done one, but you know how it goes, no why seams.
I know what you mean. I think they're unpopular,
Okay.
but they're doable.
I've never done one.
Okay.
Because
maybe that day will never come.
Well, no, I don't know.
You're going to avoid them.
Maybe it should. It's a bit like I never did FPP because everyone went, no FPP.
love
and then one day I thought, I'm going to give it a go.
Yes.
Oh,
You
amazing.
love it.
I love it.
I love
so maybe
it.
I love Y seams as well.
Yes, I think you will do. They're very satisfying. We digress.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so we cut our little bits out
So we've
and
cut
put
all your
them on the
swatches
fabric
up.
sample sheet.
If you want to keep your pattern nice and neat and whole, you could photocopy that sheet, or you could just scribble it on an A4 sheet, stick it. I blue tack it to the wall next to me, so I've got that next to me, and I've got this next to me, so I know line by line by line what I'm going to do. And slightly earlier in the pattern, it shows you exactly on this bit here which piece goes where. So it tells you you've got to make 2 of these and 5 of these, and which of the pieces, I mean, you can kind of guess it once you get going because you can look at the size of the pieces you've cut, but there's a kind of a map layout so that you can't get lost with it.
Right.
And, okay, so should we make a star?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to make a star. So, now I need to refer to, if you've bought the template
I'm
set...
just going to press that for you. It's really annoying me that it's got a crease down the middle.
This is great.
Yeah, it's just got a crease. It's
I'll just relax while my ironing is done for me.
So if
get used to this.
if you are using the paper templates,
Yes.
would you draw around it and then cut along it?
Draw around it and cut along it.
If you were using the paper templates, how would you do it?
Okay, so let's say I don't think I've got one with me, but I would just cut it out.
Yeah.
Then I would, let's say, get the piece of paper. And let me see if I've got one here, and I'll do you a quick demo, because that's probably better than me trying to talk you through it. I don't want to cut this lovely pattern here, so I'll use one of these.
That's a nice one.
That one was on sale on Sunday.
Yeah, see, I've
and
got
it's a really nice
a
size.
2.5 by 12.5. I didn't know
bought it
that
to
there was a
cut a-
3.5 by 12.5.
I've got a 2.5. No, I've got a 4.5 by 12.5. I can't believe we're comparing.
I've got a 6.5 by 12.5 and a 2.5 by 12.5.
6.5
And
by-
now I'm thinking, do I need a 3.5?
This one's really nice because I just think like nice little small rulers. They're so manageable, aren't they? Like they're just nice to use.
Yeah.
So these are a little bit more difficult to use with paper templates because they've got those sticky bits on, so the template sticks to them. But actually, once you get them on the fabric, so I'm just cutting out a template so that we can see how you would use them if you're going to use paper templates.
Oh, look, we've got that ruler, 19.99. I was just saying
It's a really nice ruler.
I've got a 2.5 one. Maybe I need a 3.5 as well. Oh,
So let me get
too
my
much.
background fabric. That's the trouble, it's being here. It's like you find out all the things that you wish you had. So this is the template.
Right.
You've got a little post-it on the sewing machine here to tell me what to cut because I have a brain like a sieve, like Dory in Finding Nemo. Right, so I put the template on there to get my starter. I can take it away then because I've laid the ruler down. So that's the first one. Then lay it back down again.
Right. So you don't, because I thought you were going to say you have to draw it, but you don't. You just use your ruler next to it.
I just use my ruler and
Right. Okay.
So I need 8 of these for the star I'm making.
But if
so I'll
you're
cut 4
using the
more.
acrylic,
If you're using the acrylic, you would exactly. So I'm cutting eye. So I would line the end of the eye against that starter point there, in other words, where I've cut it before. You might not be able to see that very well on camera, but we can see it very clearly in person. And then, whoop, cut along there.
Right,
So that's...
So it's you're rotary cutting whatever.
You're rotary cutting whatever,
If you've been lucky enough to get the acrylic templates, then you don't need a ruler. If you've got the card templates, absolutely fine. You just put the ruler on top of them.
Exactly, exactly. So that's dead easy. So I've got 8 of those for the star I'm going to make. And then let me get my print. And I'm going to have 2 of the little triangle, which is this one here. And that is, yeah, it's an equilateral triangle because it's 60 degrees, isn't it? You know when you have to do a little bit of like maths in your head?
So we've just got a quick message. The digital download seems unavailable to purchase. Please help. Wendy, what it probably is if you're buying it on the app, for some bizarre reason, you can't buy digital downloads on the apps. Not sure why. You have to do it through the website or the call centre can do it for you. So if you're having any problems, it's something to do with apps. If you're having that problem, give the call centre a ring. There's the number there, 0800 001 4433. They'll be able to sort that out for you. Right.
Right, so we now, on the templates, I'll just show you this. For the F template, the 2 templates that make up the stars, we've got this red dot here.
Yeah.
What you're going to do is you're going to mark that point with a little snip into the margin, into the seam allowance. So you'll be marking those 2 points. If you've got the acrylic templates, dead easy, same thing, but you can just fold this in half. You're just basically, what you're doing is you're marking the halfway point, tiny little snip into your seam.
Oh, okay.
So you're just marking the halfway point, and it makes it easier, and again for the triangles that go on the top and bottom of the points of the stars. It just makes it easier because you see when you're laying your star out, it'll go like
so you
that,
just match and
like that.
And do you do that after you've cut them all?
What I do is if I'm doing them, let's say if I was doing a stack with a stack of with the acrylic templates, I'd have a stack of, let's say, 8 that I've cut all in one go, and then I would just probably have a piece of paper that shows me where the halfway mark is and just snip through the whole pile, if you see what I mean.
Just don't go in the seam allowance. That's
Ideally.
brilliant, isn't it? Because then it's
Well,
so
it just
quick
makes
to
it
match up.
easier to match up, exactly, because when you've got all of these pieces going together, you don't want the star to look like that, because that doesn't look very good. You want the star to look like that.
Yes, that's
so
true.
it helps match the whole thing up when you put it all together. So it gives you a point to pin to, really, which makes life a bit easier. So next thing I'm going to show you is how to sew a seam on these. And this is in fact the only difficult part of this pattern, and it's not even that difficult. So what I want to show you is how you would sew that piece to that piece. So if you haven't been sewing that long, what you need to know is that, and let me just show you this. Let me get a pencil to show you. Your seam is going to come down here. So you're going to have these little points here and here sticking out. Now, if you want to get a feel for doing that your very first time, then get a ruler, mark a little, just a thread's worth under 1/4 inch, mark a 1/4 inch line, and that'll show you how, when you put this piece on top, what am I doing? I have to concentrate doing this, you know. Like I'm all over the place. Come on, Lynn, pull yourself together.
No, you're fine. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's working now.
It's all good.
Goodness. So that your seam line, do you see it? That's where so it should meet at the raw edges should meet there. So you're not going to line up the edges together. You're going to line up where it meets the seam. And once you've done it 2 or 3 times, you'll get exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
sometimes
so you've
it's one
got
of
to
those
have
you
a
need to
little
do.
triangle sticking out the bottom.
Exactly. And it's just the triangle comes from where where that first bit goes. So I'll sew that seam, and then you'll see what I'm talking about more. Okay. Oh, I always forget to put the thingamabob down. So you'll see now what I mean when I say you want that little dog ear sticking out. Because once you press it over, what you want is that bit there lining up with that bit there.
Yeah, because if
So
you
want
lined it up, it would be...
it would be off.
Yes,
Exactly.
perfect.
Exactly. So
You'll do one and you'll know.
Exactly. Once you've done one, and then you can trim these little dog ears off with scissors or with a rotary cutter. Once you've done one, it makes complete sense. It's just to know that that's what you do to start with. So we'll then add another one to here, and we can carry on making these stars. And
So you make it in rows then?
you know what? You have to make it I think you have to make it row number 1, keeping track of what stars you've got, what colours, what points, and then when you get to the end of row number 1, you want to literally get a Sharpie, and you can photocopy it if you don't want to spoil the original pattern. Scribble out row number 1. Next row, scribble out row number 2.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that you literally know where you are at every step, because it's so easy. Look at all these
Yeah,
different
but I
prints.
quite
You
like
get
that you're
lost.
working in rows.
Yes.
And then you could
It
do
keeps
one,
it
and then you
simple.
could join row 1 to row 2. As you
That's what I do. I do
do,
row. So row 1. and row
otherwise
2.
it's-
Otherwise, you've got like a big pile of rows. You've no idea what's going on. So
Yeah,
you do
good
1,
point.
then sew it to 2. So
Yeah, that's
literally
true.
assemble it as you make it, because then you don't need to worry about everything.
Yes,
going
I see what
chaotic.
you mean. Yes.
And then I do another thing where the pieces that I've cut, so these pieces, I'll put them all in a big pile and I'll put them in number order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then if you're looking for print number 7, easy to find. Whereas if you've got a box full of stuff, you're rummaging around.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So
That's
join
just
them
a
in
little-
rows and
join
then
them
join
in
them. Yeah,
rows.
that's a really
Yes,
good tip,
exactly,
because I think
exactly.
what I would do is I'd make them in rows and
Yes.
label them all, and then I'd be go, where's 13?
I know, exactly. And then you'd sew it on and it would be upside down, and then this star wouldn't be next to it. You can actually see yourself going wrong if you do it row by row, because well, I went wrong a number of times. You just lose track of what's where.
Yes.
You have to keep looking back at this and not think, I know
I
what
like
I'm
this.
doing.
It's almost like doing FPP, though it's got nothing to do with that, but then it's methodical, isn't it?
It's very
One
methodical.
row, the next row.
And you've got a
It's quite
chart
nice.
that you work
I
from.
quite like that.
Exactly, so you can keep track of where you are
And
and
also,
what you've
if
done.
you then want to do it in another colourway, because I think it'd make a beautiful baby quilt,
It would.
then
It would.
you could colour it in and
You could,
photocopy that
totally.
and colour it in.
You could
couldn't
colour
you?
it in. And if you wanted to make a smaller baby quilt, you could. I'm just going to show this on the camera.
Yeah, the confetti
You
ombres
could
would look nice, wouldn't it?
draw a line there and cut out those stars. Do you know what I mean? If you wanted to make it smaller, it would be quite easy just
Yeah,
to
that's
shrink
true.
it down
Yeah,
and
'cause
do,
you could
and do
measure
fewer.
it, couldn't
yeah,
you?
exactly.
But if you wanted, yeah, just a really gentle...
Yeah. Have they got us hidden them away?
They've confetti
You were looking
no,
for
I
the
can see
ombres.
them.
We're
I'll
looking
go and
for
get
other
them.
fabrics that we could make this quilt
This
from.
is-
Oh gosh, or this like
Did
sweet
Hayley
water.
come and take these?
Whoever's the lucky one to win this, you can make
one
it
on the
with
floor.
these.
Look,
Yes.
that would be
And
nice,
the great
wouldn't it?
thing about making it in those is you'd have like a dark orange star, then a light orange star. So
Yeah.
you'd have it's almost like you've got more colours because of the ombre effect.
It's not... Oh, that's not the right one. This is the heart one, but I like this one. We
Is
haven't
that
done this
ombre?
one
Oh,
yet.
that's not ombre.
It is.
Okay.
But it's heart.
Okay.
But that will be in the next hour. So you could also go light.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how to do this. You know when people get it light and then it sort of goes dark?
Oh, I know, but you have to be so clever to make it go diagonally across the quilt. That's difficult.
And I like them, thank
Oh.
you, Dan, when they also go where they sort of scatter down. So you get
Yes.
like white and then somebody puts a bit of colour in.
Yes,
and
and then a bit more, and then a bit more like confetti
have to do that
falling.
either.
No,
No.
me neither.
These. In particular, this one, which is my favourite. That is, those heart ones, they're ombre as well.
They're such pretty colours. That colour is amazing. Yes, because you could have some stars with more gold dots in, some with fewer.
Yeah, if you were
Yeah.
really organised, you'd cut your stars so that the top of the star was that.
Yes.
Oh my!
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Oh my
But
gosh, my head is
it would
already.
look great because you'd have the light bit there, and then the medium bit there, and then
You could do that because you cut a 2.5-inch strip and you cut triangle, other shape triangle. What's that shape called? That shape.
that's a parallelogram.
Is that a parallelogram?
No, aren't parallelograms? Have they got two parallel sides? It must be a trapezium then.
Oh,
A
trapezium.
parallelogram has four sides, two that are parallel and two that are parallel.
Okay.
And they're not parallel.
No.
So it's a trapezium.
Okay. What? But yes, you could cut one, like that. That would be brilliant. That would work really well.
You could do that. So you'd know how to do that, wouldn't you? See, if you've got any questions for Lynn that have got nothing to do with this quilt whatsoever.
They could be all about Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton,
Lee
Lee Mead,
other
anything.
men with dark curly hair, David Essex.
Yeah, men with David
Yeah.
Essex, Winter's Tale.
It was. Can you sing it?
No, not well.
No, neither.
I can sing it.
I can give it a go.
Remember him on that canal boat drama?
No, I don't remember.
I can't remember
him
what
on
it
a
was
canal
called, but
boat
he lived on a
drama.
canal boat. Oh,
I don't remember that.
it was a soap, you know. No,
Yes.
it wasn't. It was a sitcom.
Okay, no, I
Sitcom.
don't remember that
And he
at
lived
all.
on
I
a
know he
canal
was an
boat.
act. Was he in Starsky? Oh no,
He was in.
I'm thinking of.
EastEnders. as an old person.
No
Yes,
way.
yeah.
Oh, how disappointing. He should stay young always.
I know.
Gosh, we've really got sidetracked, haven't we?
Yeah, I know, it's just awful. Right,
So, where did we get to?
we're getting to sewing it together in rows.
Shall I? Yes, so we're sewing it together in rows. Shall I make this star?
Yeah.
Yes, okay,
Yeah,
let me carry on and
definitely.
make this star. I may not get the whole thing made because we may end up not having enough time, and there's probably quite a few seams in it, but let's... Oh my gosh, then remember to put the foot
But
down
like
every
you
time.
say, you could make it smaller or bigger.
You could make it, because you could just carry on the pattern. Once
Yeah,
you've got
that
the
would
sort of-
be-
Once you're in the zone of the pattern.
Do you have to press it? I can do pressing.
I mean, ideally you would press it. I was just going to kind of press it with my thumbnails, which is probably a little bit...
No, not when you've got your own personal presser.
Probably a little bit lazy, but now that you're here to
Personal presser.
personal presser...
It's
now
like a
that you-
personal dress, only different. There we go.
Brilliant,
It sounds
okay.
better than a personal ironer.
It does, doesn't it? Well, we do press, we don't iron, obviously.
No, never.
Never. So I'm just going to add, and at least we'll get to make half a star, even if we don't get to make... I'll add this second one before I give it to you to press. Let me just add
Okay.
this one. Yeah, because I'll add the one at the
So
other
there
end.
is a specific process to this.
Well, the only specific process, I'm just putting these on so that I can make this little star,
Right.
but the only specific process really is just to follow, whoops, let me bring that back in again, is just to follow that line by
Oh,
line.
okay.
So that's the process. Just go one line at a time and just concentrate on what you're doing now rather than running ahead of yourself.
Yeah,
and
you know how
trying
you
to-
sort of think, right, oh, I can chain piece this. So what I'm going to do
Yes.
is... And then get...
Don't chain piece it.
And then get completely confused.
Don't,
I'm
because
going to
you
do
will
lines
go-
1, 4, 6 and 7. It'll all be
Exactly, exactly. And you know already it's all going to end in tears.
But you have this really great plan.
Yes, you think that's going to be a really good idea, but yeah, it's just getting too
Yeah,
far
but then
ahead
I
of yourself,
think it
isn't
is like doing your FPP where you do it little bit by little bit and then
Exactly,
it's just lovely, isn't
exactly.
it? There we go.
So this is how we would make. Do you see now?
Yes.
So you'd have other stars coming here, which obviously haven't pieced those now, and then you'd have one of these, and then the same in reverse. So we can use...
And I guess
this-
you'll very quickly know if you've gone wrong.
Exactly,
That
because
fabric needs to be the same.
Exactly, and that's why it's better to make a row,
Yeah,
sew it to
yeah.
the next one, because then you can see if you've gone wrong all the way up here and it doesn't match, you're going to be in tears having to redo that. So we can now match that. Pin
It's
if
not
you
as
like.
bad as undoing fair isle knitting though.
Oh, I don't knit, so I don't know
Well,
about
if you've
that.
got it wrong at the top, you've got it wrong at the bottom. At least with patchwork, you
no.
can just take the bottom row off.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Although sometimes you know when you go wrong and it's kind of in the middle of a whole intersection of bits and pieces, and you've got to,
Yes.
excuse me, unpick a load of stuff. Right. So I'll just sew this seam, and then we can see how the top half of the star will go together at least.
I think you should do knitting. I think you did really good at designing fair
Do you
isle.
know what? I've tried to do knitting, and I just was rubbish at it.
Yeah, but you'd be good at all the whole fair isle knitting and the patterns and how it all
Sounds
works
so
and the colours.
complicated. I mean, I love it that other people do it, but I just feel like,
Yeah, but you would be good at all the, because it's quite mathematical.
okay,
So I think
so,
you'd be good at that.
okay, well,
Next life.
yeah, okay, well, I'll do that in my next life. That's a good idea. I'll come back as, what should I come back as?
Come back as a fair isle knitwear.
Yes, I'll come back as somebody from Norway. They knit a lot, don't they?
Yes,
They're
I'd quite
amazing at
happily come
knitting.
back as somewhere from Norway.
Except it would be cold there.
I
That's
quite
the
like
thing.
the cold though.
Oh,
I'm
I
quite
don't
happy
like
with
the
that.
cold. You would see the Northern Lights though. I'd quite like that.
And they have lovely cakes in Norway,
Do
don't
they?
It's all about...
I don't know, I've never had Norwegian
Well, I always
cakes.
think of like Danish pastries, Norwegian. You know, I bet
Yes.
it's lovely up
I
there.
bet it is lovely up there.
Open sandwiches.
Open sandwiches. I didn't know they had open sandwiches in Norway.
I don't know.
Smorgasbord. Is
I'm
that
just
Norway or
thinking
Sweden?
Scandinavia.
We're just thinking
you
about
know,
food generally.
Herring.
Shall I make the other half?
Yes.
Or are we happy with... Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. So we'll do the same again, remembering if you've got that piece going there and you fold it over like that, that's how you're going to piece this together. And obviously, if you've bought the kit, you have the advantage of the background does not have a right and a wrong side, and I think that always makes life a little bit easier when
Will
the
there
background...
be any leftover fabric when they buy the kit?
Oh
That's a
my
question.
gosh, do you know what? I need to actually concentrate on this. My recollection is that yes, there will be some. I think, let me just have a look in my little basket of bits and pieces. I think there's a piece about...
2
Yeah.
by 3 inches.
Here we go. Yes, no. No, that's a whole... No. Okay. My recollection is there was something like a piece that big left over of each print. So that would be, do you know what I mean? Like about, say, that's my recollection. I wasn't concentrating on that, honestly.
There is some left over.
There is some left
not
over.
Not oodles and oodles.
There's not gazillions, but I'm sure you could do things like make cushions.
But there is some left over.
Yes. Not nothing, but not millions.
But if you've bought the kit and you want to make it bigger, just choose another few prints. Either they could be plains, they could be prints from your own stash that are in a complementary colourway-ish.
Yes. Or if you calculated how many more stars you needed, you could see if with what you've got left, because each star is made of a 2.5 inch width of fabric strip. So you could see what you've got left.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Not width of fabric, sorry, half a width of fabric, like a width of a fat quarter.
Christine says, what a fun show, Lynn and Rebecca. Please do it again. Yes, we will, because
we will.
I've got a lot to learn.
Yes, and I'm enjoying talking about Lee Mead.
10 seconds of Bonderweb.
And David Essex, 10 seconds.
David Essex, Lee Mead. Going to listen to Dolly Parton on the way home singing. Which
my
one?
coat of many colours that my mother made for me. Okay, Lynn, stop
Oh,
now.
I've got Facebook Live Extra Stitch today as well.
Oh, what's Facebook Live Extra Stitch?
Extra Stitch is
Yes.
on at 2 o'clock on Facebook, but it's live.
Oh,
we don't do it every day.
okay.
We only do it like once a week.
And so what
it's
are you
my
doing on
turn
there?
this week.
Oh, what are you doing on it?
Well, I'm going to do it with John. I can't believe he agreed to come on with me, to be honest, because we launched it a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yeah.
And you go onto Facebook and you watch us live and we sell things. So I'm
brilliant.
going to doing my Amber Makes kits. And John and I launched it. And because we had no idea how to do it, it all just got a bit chaotic.
Oh, I like it though. I
It all
think
went
people like
slightly
chaos.
wrong.
I think people like that because it's more fun, isn't
We
it?
got
if things
we
are
got
chaotic?
guests. We got Scott in. We needed a little bit of eye candy. He came on. Wonder if he's in today. Yeah, John. John, we wanted something for everyone.
I've never met John Scott.
You've never met.
And funny enough, he is good friends with one of my all-time favourite people.
Who's that?
Oh, she's a girl called Claire Shaw, who I was at law school with. I'm
Really?
just handing it to you as if you know.
Thank you. I am your personal presser.
As if you're my personal
Well, he's
presser.
in later.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably be gone by then, won't
so
I? 'Cause-
who's your good friend?
So she's called Claire Shaw.
Claire Shaw.
And he lived a
If
few
you
doors
remember
down
that.
from her in the Cotswolds.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, you love him.
Well,
you need to meet him.
well, hopefully, if they keep inviting me back, I'll be on a
course.
show with him
Oh,
eventually.
look at that.
See, then you start to see it come together, and that's so satisfying.
So
That's like-
basically,
yeah.
each star takes a 2.5 inch by width of fat.
Fat quarter, yes. So like if you've got a
Oh, a
fat
fat quarter, not a whole strip.
No. So if you've got a fat quarter and you cut a 2.5 inch strip, that's 1 star.
Brilliant.
So if you had, let's do the maths, a fat quarter divided by 2.5, something like 5.
5.
5, 2.5 is, yes, 5. So you could get 5 stars out of a fat quarter. So if you were going to go bigger or you wanted to make it with your own prints,
Okay,
I don't know why
so
we try
that
and do
just
maths on the
means
hoof.
that if you want to add more stars, you just need to buy one half of a width of fabric, 2.5 inch strip.
Exactly.
Right, while you do that, I'm just going to recap the kits
Okay.
before I can't confuse everyone.
Yeah.
So the kit that's exactly the same as the one on the wall. I'll just clear, we're getting a little bit of a mess here. I won't be allowed back on. Right, single figures. So this has got the ivory background, it's got all these beautiful fat quarters, 12 of, and the print fabric is the binding. So it's exactly the same as the one that Lynn made, but we only have 7 left. Oh, and you get the instructions, quite handy. And they have paper templates, but the paper's very thick, so it's fine if you use them. I mean, you can buy template plastic and you can cut them out in that if you wanted to. Some people do. You could use freezer paper, but that's a bit of a faff, isn't it? Because you have to press it on each time. If you really wanted, you could do that. But just, this paper's really nice and thick. I would use that. So that's that one. Now then we have the warm. Well, it's not called warm, but it's a bit pinkier than cool. So now this one is a little less because it has a plain slate background as the binding. Still on 5-way split pay. Really don't know why. It's a celebration treat, isn't it? So you get the ivory, you get the slate, you get the instructions, and these are the fat quarters you'll get. So remember, each, what did we work out? 2.5 times 5, 2 5s are 10s, that's 7.5. So you actually get more than that because it's 20, isn't it? Hannah, what's 20 divided by 2.5? 4. Yeah, I can't work that out in my head. 8. 8. So 8 stars per fat quarter. So look at all those. So those are the colours you'll get. So if you think of it like that, if you want to buy one of these kits and you think, I'd actually like more stars, when you get the kit home, just put it amongst your fabrics and just choose some others that sort of go with it, that blend with it nicely. I mean, you could pick out some of the colours in this, but remember, 8 stars per fat quarter.
It's not 8 stars per fat quarter.
I know, I mean, Lynn's not sure about this now. Don't trust us.
20 divided by 2.5.
It's 8.
You're right, it is 8 stars per fat quarter. How did I work that out to 5?
I don't know, we were rubbish at maths in our head.
8 times...
Hannah did
we
use
were
a
rubbish at
calculator
maths.
in our head.
That's terrible maths. Oh my gosh.
No, we're not. We would have worked it out, but Hannah
We were
did
under
use
pressure.
a calculator, to be fair to her.
We were under pressure.
And she wasn't under pressure.
Exactly.
This is the other one. So again, you've got the ivory, you've got the slate. So this one's just a bit bluer. And it's the only one that's got this. I love this.
I love a fabric with text
Do
on.
you?
I
have
do.
a whole text collection.
Do you?
I have one section of my shelves that's called
just text.
Just text.
Oh, that's
anything, text, numbers, words.
Yes, yeah. I love them. I
I've
don't
no
know why.
idea.
They just add a little bit of something different into
Well,
the
I like it
project.
when you, especially when you cut it and like you've got half square triangles and it all moves round.
Yes, and it
upside
faces
down
all
and-
different
Love it.
directions, and you have to let go of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too.
It's weird. See, I'd line a little bag with that just because that
Oh,
would give me joy.
yes. Or like line a denim jacket, and then you like open the jacket, and then you've got like the lining inside. That would be nice.
Yeah, yes. There we go. Oh, and the instructions come with it as well. Now, if you want just the instructions on their own, these are the physical. Maybe you've got your own fabric. Maybe you're going to make a baby quilt, because honestly, I think that would just look stunning. Maybe you've got Moda, fat quarters. Remember, 1 fat quarter equals 8 stars. Maybe you've got, I know it's Moda Day, maybe you've got some Tilda Tula Liberty. All of those sort of things. Do you know what it'd look nice in? Brushed cotton.
Yes, it would.
Brushed cotton.
And it would be very cosy in that. You know,
Lovely.
Moda sometimes do. I did a Christmas
They
line.
do some.
They
don't
sometimes do in sort of a soft flannel.
Yeah, that
oh
really
my gosh,
soft,
that
yeah.
makes it so comfy and
It's
cozy.
just, actually, we did have some extra wide of their brushed cotton.
I
It'd
love
be nice
those.
in that, wouldn't it?
Really nice and cozy and wintry and sit by the fire.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. Oh, that's the printed version. If you want the PDF download version, we'll put that on. And then Lynn's going to talk about that. Oh, we've got to talk about this thread. I'll come over to you to talk about this.
Yes, because I used a 12
Another
weight.
thing that I've... Ah, right, you've joined it all together now.
Oh, I've joined the star all together, yes.
Look.
Yeah.
And then, you see, you quilt the star in.
Yes, so you can see immediately what your lines are going to follow, because it's just dead easy. You just follow the edges of the
I
stars.
still think I'd draw them in.
No, you could, come on, Beck.
I could get
You
from
could
there
go
to there.
from
I'm
there
not sure I could get from
You could get from there to there. You could just go really fast. Like you're on the motorway and
Yeah.
you're speeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Just put your foot down.
But these, so we had to look. Now, I know this is called Shashko, but that's because they use this for Shashko, but it is just 12-weight Orifil. So this is what you've used.
Exactly.
colours.
That's what I've used, yeah. I know. Gorgeous. And I love that colour.
That's gorgeous.
that
So
colour is
don't
just
use this in
heavenly.
the bobbin. What happens if you use it in the bobbin? Does it not go through?
Well, I don't know, because I've never tried. What happens if you press your Bondaweb for 10 minutes?
You set fire to your house.
Exactly. So let's not try.
So what does
because
it mean?
I don't know.
It's just...
So 12 weight, I know there's something about that's how heavy it is. I don't know. But it's a really lovely, thick thread. And what that means is that your stitching, your quilting stitching, is really going to show
Well,
up
I guess
on the
if
front
this
of
is
your
used
quilt.
for Shashko
Yes.
by hand,
Yes.
then that's the look it's going to give, isn't
It's
it?
going to give, it gives a much heavier quilted look. So it does give the feeling close to
It's
you've
amazing,
quilted it by
honestly.
hand.
It's amazing.
And it gives it real definition so that it does look like you have English paper pieces.
And
so it's like
because
a
you've
cheating
used
quilt.
a number 5 stitch length.
Super long stitch,
Yeah.
longest on my machine. I use a number 5. for all quilting, because I think a long stitch looks really
I
nice.
have never thought of that.
I just like the way it looks. Also, lazy, speedy.
Which one are we on?
So we've got it on. We've got it on the top here, haven't we? We're going down through the
Yeah.
stars. Oh, are you trying to
Have
find
you
the
ever
star?
tried to do
Okay,
this where
let's try
they
that one.
are?
No.
No.
No. Oh, the one with that one. Yes. Look, we're there.
Yeah.
We're there.
I'm like this going. So you get 325 metres on each spool. I always thought, you see, if you did 5, that it would just be like, you know, when you tack with 5 and it's quite gathery.
And it's no, it doesn't.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's just
It comes
beautiful.
out absolutely fine and gives you a lovely long stitch. And I did also, in the pattern, I have given you like a couple of little plans for how. Let me find them.
Oh, for what order?
No, just for if you want to actually visualise how the quilting looks. On the left, there's the one where you do twice as many lines. On the right, half as many lines.
So
And then
start
you
with
can
that.
Start with that. See how that looks. That
And
makes
do you,
it
I
look
suppose you actually just go from one end to the other.
Exactly.
So that means there's no starting and finishing, reverse stitching within.
No. You do the whole thing.
It's
all
you start
the
and
way-
finish on the edges.
Exactly. So there's no burying threads, nothing like that. So, you know, one gives you the look of diamonds, one gives you the look of equilateral triangles. So it's what you've got
Yeah,
time
I'm
for, the
definitely going
energy
to do
for.
that. I mean, I'd never thought, but it just works.
Yes. And I mean, if you're a hand quilter, this
Right, so
thread
Leslie
here,
says, great show, ladies. What needle do you use? Good point. Thank you, Leslie. I haven't thought of that. What needle?
I use 100.
Do you?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
I think you'd probably be fine with a 90, but I just use 100 because I've got an 100 and I think, well, it's a
Right.
heavy weight,
Do you
so
use
use a bigger needle.
Microtex or a quilting or a universal?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. There are lots of, because I'm self-taught, there are a lot of things I don't actually know.
Well, there
So
you
when
go.
those questions
Any.
come up, I leave them to people like you and Stuart, because you know those
Oh,
things.
the Orifil website advice.
Oh.
It's just telling me.
Oh my gosh.
100 or 90.
Oh, thank goodness, that's what I said.
Top
That's a
stitch
big...
needle. Good point. Top stitch needle.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
So a top stitch needle has got a deep scarf. So a scarf is the groove that's behind the eye, just above and behind the eye, and the thread sits within that. And
I did not know this.
so if you've got a thick thread and it sits in the scarf, it stops you skipping stitches. Because if you haven't got that groove, the thread jumps out behind because it's thicker.
Wow.
Well, that's great.
We're
'cause
both learning today.
I know. Well, you've
This
taught
is
me that, and I've
amazing.
taught you top
Yes,
stitch.
yeah. Every day's a school day. Now I know what a top stitch
But
needle is.
you probably maybe use a universal needle and it doesn't jump anyway.
I don't know. I don't know what I use. That's embarrassing. I know that. I know I should know.
Yeah, but you might just use a universal. But
Maybe
anyway.
maybe I use a universal.
Orifil say that's what we should do. So
Okay,
we'll do
let's
that.
do what they say
We'll do
because
that.
they know what to do
But
with their thread.
this is gorgeous.
I love that colour. That is one of my
So
favourite colours.
you can
that
use
sort of
this for your
chartreusey.
shashiko by hand, and then you
Yes.
can also use it for all your quilting.
You could even sashiko stitch this quilt, and that would be amazing as a kind of hand quilting.
would
do you know what I
actually,
mean?
yeah,
If you had
yes.
a few weeks to spare in the sunshine.
Yeah, but it would look lovely, and a lot of people love hand. I mean, I like
Yes.
hand quilting. Just
I like it if it's a piece this big, but a whole quilt. We're going to be here for weeks.
Well, that's brilliant. So there's one star.
Yes.
So obviously, once you've got the pattern, you can just make one star.
Yes, exactly. And then just enjoy it.
I think this is brilliant.
So, and it-
80-20 wadding.
Yes, because I
Always.
just love it, and it doesn't. I don't know if anybody gets hay fever, but 80-20 does not make me sneeze. The other ones do, and I
Do
like
they?
that. Yes, it's like I'm allergic to them.
Really, like
Like I'm
I've
just
never tried
sneezing the
that.
whole way through my quilting. I don't know why, but 80-20, I
Doesn't-
love
oh,
it.
wow.
I love working with it. It's easy to work with. Gives a nice bounce, so you have a nice kind of cosy, smooshy quilt. Do you have any cats? My cats like to eat wadding. That's so weird,
I
isn't
used
it?
to have a cat. I lost it after 10 minutes.
No. Oh, that's awful.
10 minutes, I know that's really bad. Never saw her again.
Oh, no.
Got a dog now, it's all fine.
Okay,
I'll
thank
tell you the
goodness for
story
that.
later.
Yes, okay, that's awful.
What was the question, Hannah? What size? How much do they need? I'm just looking at the instructions.
What size of what?
Wadding. 1.6 metres by 2 metres.
Yes.
So if you buy our extra wide, you'll have to get 2 metres because it says 1.6. Yeah. 2
Okay,
metres.
okay.
2 metres. You'll need 2 metres
Okay.
of wadding for this
And that's,
one.
I allow 4 inches all the way around the outside of the quilt top, which is what you would need if you were sending it to a long armour.
Yeah.
But I just like the forgiveness of when you're basting it on the kitchen floor, or which is where I do it, or wherever you do it, I like to have that wiggle room, because if you only allow 2 inches, you know, you're kind of readjusting it.
Yes, yes,
you know,
so you will.
it becomes
You'll
annoying.
need
So
two
I like
metre
to
by
have,
2
yeah,
metre piece.
Yeah.
Because you
think
need
that's-
1.6 metres.
Yeah.
But if you buy the extra wide, you'll have loads left over for your cushions, because you'll be making matching cushions now. You know how to do it. It's brilliant. It's thick. We've learnt loads.
We both learnt stuff today.
Well, I've told you about curtains, top stitch needles. That's it.
Yeah, okay,
That
but
really is it.
that's useful information. I should, as a sewer, I should know about needles. You'd think that'd be one of the basics. That would be
yeah.
sewing 101.
I know, but you probably don't have to write mad features like I do on things such as that. Anyway, thank you so much, Lynn. It's been
Thank you.
fab.
It's been really
Can't
good
wait to
fun.
see you
I've
when
really
you-
enjoyed
When are you
it.
back next?
I'm back on May the 10th.
Oh, I don't think I'm here then. I think I'm on holiday.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I was going to be May the 1st, but I think I might be on holiday now on May the 1st. I'm planning a holiday, maybe Greece.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I know. It'd be really nice.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Yeah.
It'll be warm.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I just want some sunshine.
Yeah, be
yeah.
warm.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've got to go for a
Sorry,
break.
sorry,
So we're
digress.
just chatting about our holidays. I'll see you anyway. It's great to have Lynn with us today. I will see you back in a few minutes' time for more Mode of Gloriousness. And, we've got some pre-cuts, we've got some patterns, and we've got extra wides and everything. I'll see you back in a few minutes.
Sewing Street's designer block competition is back. Use the fabric on our bespoke panel to make your very own quilt block masterpiece. 12 lucky winners will be announced on Friday the 20th of June. Each winner will receive a £100 credit to your Sewing Street account. Your block will be proudly exhibited at the Festival of Quilts 2025. Tune in for the launch this Wednesday for Sewing Street's designer block competition.
Never miss a show by watching on the go with the Sewing Street app. Head over to your App Store now and search Sewing Street and simply download to your smartphone or tablet. You can watch the shows live and see your favourite presenters and guests. Click on the Today button to shop all of the products that are featured in today's show. Want to know what's hot? Then click here to see today's bestsellers and highlights. Have you missed a show or want to watch one back? Then click the schedule button and you can go back 7 days to watch and shop, and you can also see what's coming up over the next 7 days. Want to say hello or ask a question to our guests? Then send a message to the studio. You can also keep in touch with all the latest news, events, product launches and much more by clicking here for our social media pages. Never miss a show by watching on the go with Sewing Street.
Wondering what wadding is? In sewing, wadding is the soft padded material used in the middle layer of quilts, cushions and other projects. It adds warmth, texture and structure to your creations. Wadding comes in different materials like cotton, polyester or wool and various thicknesses, so you can choose the perfect one for your project. Whether you're quilting, making a cosy blanket or adding softness to a bag, wadding is what brings that snug and cushioned feel.
Charm pack or 5-inch squares. A charm pack is a bundle of pre-cut fabric squares, usually 5 inches by 5 inches. Each piece comes in different patterns and colours that match perfectly. They're great for quilts, patchwork or any small sewing project. No cutting or matching needed. So next time you are looking for a quick and easy way to start a sewing project, why not try a charm pack?
Hi everyone, Andy here, and I'm very excited to tell you about our next Craftopia event that's taking place from Friday, May the 23rd to Sunday, May the 25th at the lovely Abbey Hotel in Redditch. 4 workshops with some of the best tutors available in the crafting world today, bringing you a little bit from all 3 of our channels. That's Hobby Maker, Jewellery Maker and Sewing Street. And what's even better, the price includes all your accommodation, all your workshops, all your meals, all your snacks and a goodie bag worth over £200. And this year, for the first time, we're excited to bring you Friday night crafting with lots of surprises in store. So your talented tutors for the weekend are Julie Peplow, introducing you to the world of card making, Carla Bagshaw, who'll be inviting you to make your own memory albums. We also have Catherine Wright, who'll be introducing you to hand sewing, and Debbie Kershaw, introducing you to the wonderful world of jewellery making. And here's the best part, you won't need to bring anything at all because everything is included. So you can join us for the entire weekend, or just part of it, or if you just want to come to the workshops, we've got ticket options for everyone. All you need to do is to visit the website and search out Craftopia, or you can email me directly, andy.love@hobbymaker.co.uk. As always, places are limited, so make sure you don't miss out and book your tickets now. And join us for the best craft weekend ever, from Friday, May the 23rd to Sunday, May the 25th. I look forward to seeing you there.
Did you know that we can deliver to over 20 different countries worldwide, spanning 4 continents from the UK to Australia? Check out our website for the list of countries and delivery costs. Sewing Street, stitching the world together. Did you know at Sewing Street that on various products we offer split pay? That means on certain items you can spread the cost over 2, 3, 4 or sometimes even 5 interest-free monthly payments. Just pay the first instalment when you purchase and you're away. So shop your way with split pay.
Are you ready for a creative journey? Stay right where you are because from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m, Hobbymaker is here to inspire the crafter in you. Join us for an exciting lineup of crafting demonstrations, exclusive deals and expert tips that will spark your imagination. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, there's something for everyone. And you're in safe and crafty hands as we work with the biggest brands the crafting industry has to offer. So grab your favourite drink, get cosy and don't miss a moment of fun. Stay tuned and make sure you keep it right here and let Hobbymaker fuel your passion for creativity. See you at 1 p.m. Looking for the perfect gift for the sewing enthusiast in your life? The Sewing Street gift card is just the thing. Choose between a physical card delivered to their door or a convenient e-gift sent straight to their inbox. It's easy, just head to the Sewing Street website, scroll to the bottom of the page, click gift cards, or use your smartphone, scan the QR code and go straight there. Pick the amount you'd like to load onto the card and that's it. The Sewing Street gift card, the gift of creativity made simple.
Missed a show on Sewing Street? Don't worry, you can catch up on all the action from the past week on our website. Just head over to sewingstreet.com and go to TV Guide and pick a day, then a show up to 7 days back from the Today tab. Looking for something older? Check out the Sewing Street YouTube page, where you'll find our full archive of shows anytime, anywhere. Stay inspired and keep sewing with Sewing Street.
Welcome back to Sewing Street for our Mode Extravaganza Day. So if you've only just joined us, welcome. Welcome. If you've been with me all morning, thank you. It's Moda's 50th birthday year this year. So they're celebrating, we're celebrating. And we have got loads of Moda fabrics, pre-cuts and all sorts. Now, my favourite fabric is French General fabric because there's a really fab, it's closed now, Country Threads patchwork shop in Bath. And I got to know, long story, it's closed now. And when I first used to shop there over 20 years ago, I met the owner, Jan. She loved French General, introduced me to it. I loved it. And then eventually I bought loads of it. Well, I bought it over the years in their sort of closing down sale. And I've made my own. And I just love it. I think I love the reds, the creams, the traditional. It's beautiful. Now, we can't get any more of the quilt kits because when Paul bought all the fabric, he bought it specifically to make a certain number of kits. So we can't get, he didn't buy enough. I know, he just didn't buy enough. What can you do? What can you do? But then, you know, he'd have said we'll be left with some more. Oh, anyway. I did say, but you know what it's like? Men never listen, do they? Sorry to all the men watching. Sorry, that's even sorry to all the men watching. But they don't always listen, do they? Anyway, So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, to be honest, you can use any reds and any creams if you want to create this. We do have a little bit of French General, but this pattern works with any colourways. All you need is some light and some dark. It's nice if you can use different prints. So obviously with this one, I've got all different prints of darks and all different prints of lights, but you could use the same print of darks and the same of lights. And obviously you then need to choose a colour for the stars. I chose white just because it stood out. But really it just works with I think it works better with a bit of a print. You can do it in plains, but I think the print just softens it a little bit. So that's all really. But we did have kits, but we have got the instructions. Now, with the instructions, you get the instructions to make the quilt, but you also make the instructions to make the bag. So the bag is made in exactly the same way. It's just that the log cabin strips are a different size. Hi Bex, like you, I love Moda fabric, especially French General. I have lots in my stash. Love looking at it. Great show today. You two are great, from Julie. Oh, thank you. I know, isn't Lynn brilliant? I've learned so much. 10 seconds, Bonderweb. Number 5, quilting. I'm going to keep saying it so I don't forget. So the bag has got like a gusset. It's got your star, log cabin star on the front and the back, and it's got facings and it's lined. So in the instructions, you get everything you need to know with all of the cutting out. I have written the instructions. Obviously, we sold the instructions with the kit, but I wrote them because we sold them on their own as well. So it tells you what you need. Now, if you go and look on if you want to buy the instructions, but you want to know what fabric you need, if you go onto the Sewing Street website for this product and click on product description, I have listed these quantities. So if you go down there, see, to make the barn raising quilt, you will need, because you might have some of this at home. So it's basically 6 light print, 6 dark print, and centre square fabric and plain fabric. So it will tell you all of that so you can choose. So it goes through in detail, and I've even got Amy's drawn beautiful diagrams for me with numbers on. There's a quilt layout diagram. And I have filmed a video tutorial of how to make the quilt, because quite often I know that when you're doing patchwork, if you've never done it before, it'd be nice to see someone doing it so you can actually see, oh, right, okay, so that's what you mean when you say that. So there's a full video tutorial. And then when we get to the bag, again, full description, diagrams, bag layout, block diagram, photos of how to construct the bag. And again, there's a full video tutorial. In fact, there are separate ones because they were too long to put together. So the bag has one. If you want to watch the tutorial, if you go to the Amber Makes website, the tutorial is on there so you can just watch it. And those are the instructions. But you just need dark and light, really. You know, whether that's navy and white, whether it's red and cream. If you're not sure, if you want some ideas, Google it. Just put in Google Images, barn raising, because this is the pattern. Well, log cabin is basically a block of light and dark, and depending on how you arrange it is what it looks like. So this is barn raising, just by the pattern of it. But you might use fabrics from your stash to make it. Anyway, that is the quilt. Right, now we have got a little bit of French General left. So I'll start with the reds, which is OZW129. And honestly, really doesn't matter which ones you use, as long as you go dark and light. There we go. That's from the same collection, the Rotary collection. That's that one. £8.99 for half a metre. Obviously, if you multi-buy, it will be sent in a whole cut piece. The next red one is ZVW165. Right, there's only 3 metres of that one left. So that's the 2 reds. These are the sort of reddy, lighter ones, which to be honest, this one could be a red or a light. And the yes. That's from the same collection. That's from for the Rotary collection as well. In fact, does that one fit? No, it doesn't. Yes, it does feature in the quilt. Just realised I've used that as one of my light ones. The next one is THW158. You see, what I love about French General is when they use their sort of ivories and creams, it's like proper linen coloured, isn't it? Oh, that one's sold out. ORW141. That one's actually in the bag. Look, I put that one around the edge of the bag. That's nice. I like that one. And I think, oh, that's, and it's in the quilt as well. But just choose something. I just find that with log cabin, I think prints just look nice because it sort of softens it down a bit. I don't know why. Just think, but you can do them in plains. Or do you know what? You can mix and match plains and prints. ZBW172. Navy would look nice though, wouldn't it? Or actually, I'm just looking at those. Are those Janet Clares we've got there? I think they would look really nice. Pardon? This one, sorry. I'll move them aside a bit. There we go. Yeah, so I'll show you because the Janet Clares would be nice. Now, these three fabrics are French General. They're not in this fabric collection, but what I love about French General is that you can mix and match their fabric collections. The quilt that I bought all this fabric for from Country Threads in the end was from all different collections, but they all sort of go together. And I think this is why a lot of people collect French Generals. Some of the French Generals, they've got a little bit of blue in, or they've got slightly different hues to them, but they all do go together. I think this is a beautiful one. Oh, I haven't given you the code for this one. XOW102. Oh no, that one is French General, it's the next two. Just to confuse everything. These two are slightly different, but you can see that the colours still go. They've got like almost like a bit of a CAW156. They've got a little bit of duck egg in the black. But I often quite often will, because I keep it in a pile, I'll mix and match it, which is great. So if you buy anything from them, although some of them have got little bits of blue, they have oyster, they have roche, they have tea, they have rouge, and after a while, you realise they all just sort of go together. And then the final one is this one. I think that's beautiful. Look at those two together. Oh, that's gorgeous. These are very limited. Yeah, they're very limited, these now, but we thought we'd show you the last ones. Right, let's do the Janet Clare, because I honestly think that this looks amazing for... Right. Wouldn't these be lovely for log cabin? Look at those. You see, navy and white looks great, but so does like denim blue. Gorgeous. Right, let's start with boats. I wish you kinder seas. Oh. This is the last of this collection that we have. Janet Clare has been designing for Moda for a while, and it is really clever because she was talking to me about the design process. She designs them all, but then they actually work really closely with about, well, this one works and that one doesn't work, and we'll do that. She says, you know, their design team give her a lot of freedom, but they're really helpful. I know we were talking about how much she enjoys working with them, and they are beautiful, aren't they? And this is what I love about Moda, is that when they get a designer that works well for them, they use them over and over again. You get used to their collections then. So if you love Janet Clare's fabrics, you just buy them over and over and over. And then they have really solid followers. So if I'm going to buy blue and white, I'm definitely going to buy Janet Clare because it's always great. Love that. $8.99. Oh, this is nice. I mean, I've got some of her original ones when she used to do ones with whales and... I can't remember, I don't think what that one's called, but once they're gone, they're gone. You can't get them again. Oh, this is nice. I haven't seen this one. Am I upside down? Oh, yeah. That'll be because north-south. Oh! Look at that. It makes... I knew it was a map, but suddenly the country's the right way up. That's amazing. That's amazing. But you see, look at the whales. Some of these little whales, these feature in like some of her original fabric collections. That's amazing. Do you know, I'm absolutely rubbish at orienteering. I can only follow a map if I'm actually facing the same way as a map. So if I've got the map going this way and I'm walking that way, I have to turn the map round. Terrible sense of direction, honestly. Terrible. Right. How about lighthouses? This is nice. The blue. But it would be lovely in these prints, wouldn't it? Oh, I like this one. This is lovely. It's just this shade of blue. It's so gentle, isn't it? And I think it works. I think with these soft beigey creams. Oh, she's really good at this. She's really good at this. Well, everyone has their favourite types of fabric. She's so good at this. Yeah, she should work with Moda. Oh, she does. Oh, this is cool. You see, and it's funny with fabrics, isn't it? Because you see these ones that, you know, like this, that have sort of images on them, you think are, you know, and they're beautiful as feature fabrics. Sometimes we ignore these fabrics, but working together with the others, rather than a plain, you imagine when you cut this in strips that you just get these little bits of blue. Or maybe she's doing it where she's cutting triangles and you just get dark bits and light bits. Or maybe you could use it for a binding and then you get like little stripes across it. I think that's lovely. Currants. Currants. And Hannah's thinking about raisins. No, it's not currants. Currants with an E. I wish you kind of sees. There we go. And that's lovely as well. Again, every now and then she brings a pop of a different colour. So there's a little bit of orange in here. It doesn't really shout at you, but it just gives it a little bit of movement. Really like that. £8.99. Right. Let's do these. You see, this is a lovely colour. It's like, how do I describe it? It's creamy, beigey colour, isn't it? Do you know what? It's the colour of really expensive vanilla ice cream. You know when you buy cheap vanilla ice cream and it's light? And when you buy bougie vanilla ice cream, it's really dark. That's nice, isn't it? Bucket list. Right, and then the last one is this, the same as that blue one. This is like, it's like the sand, you know, when the tide goes out. But that is like when the tide goes out and you're left with all these swirls. But you see, doesn't it look beautiful with that? I think those are gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics. Can we do the brushed cotton next? Okay. Called Roseberry Cottage. Okay, and then we'll do the brushed cotton. Because I was talking earlier about the brushed cotton. I love it. This is called Rosemary Cottage by Camille Roskelle. Moda, obviously. Now, anybody guess what the price is for this? If you've been with me all morning, then you will be able to. We've been celebrating Moda's birthday, haven't we? And as a result, we are selling some of our charm packs for £12.99. So look at these. So we've got navy florals. We've got white. We've got hiccups. There's the white section. I love it when they do this. So you have like all of those prints. You've got some in navy, some in white. And then you have them in this really pretty coral. We don't have these fabrics by the ½ metre. We only have them in the charm pack. Oh, look at that colour. I wasn't expecting that. But look how it picks up those. Oh, I love that. I'd buy that by the ½ metre, that one. I wonder what that's called. It's really pretty, isn't it? It's a beautiful sort of soft duck eggy blue. And then but it's lovely, isn't it? Because what you can do with these collections is you can take the prints that are in this, the things that, oh, morning, John.
I'm here.
Gosh, that made me jump. Oh, John Scott with his shades on. He's looking very cool. And he's got his shorts on as well. He's got shorts and shades. Show us your legs, John. Did make me jump though, because he was just standing behind the camera. Very cool. He looks a bit James Bond there with his shades on. And then we've got green. So what you can do is pick the fabrics of the same prints and put them together, or the same colours, and then you've got that taupe. And I think that's fab. So what I would do, see, I like that one, and I like that one. And have they got that one in green? And that one. So John's here ready for our extra stitch extravaganza. I've told him he's got to think of a really, really good story for us. Yeah, only because it's me. I am honoured that he's agreed to come in, because it's his day off. It's terrible, isn't it? Poor John. Terrible. But he's got to find a nice story, although Vix has warned him not to be telling any more stories about her. Do you remember last time we did it? There we go. See how nice those. So you can you could pick up the prints, the fabrics are in the same print but different colourways, or you can pick up all the same colourways, but they all just go beautifully together. I think Rosemary Cottage is lovely. Quarter of the stock is gone. £12.99. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Remember, if we sell out, they're gone. And, oh, that's a nice, I like that one. Or the prices will go back up. So that's our special Moda anniversary price. So if you want to get it at the £12.99, you need to do it right now, this minute. Right, brush cotton. I'm allowed to do brush cotton now. I love brush cotton, and I was saying to Lynn in the previous hour that wouldn't her vintage stars quilt look amazing in brush cotton? Well, I was just thinking if you made it like into a baby quilt, it'd be lovely. We don't have a bundle of them. We've just got them by the ½ metre. So there is a difference in brush cottons. So the brush cotton that you buy as quilting weight cotton, it is quilting weight cotton that's brushed. It's beautiful quality. It cuts. It's very stable. Brush cotton flannelette that you buy that's made into sheets is brilliant for some things. It's not so brilliant. You can use it for backing, but it's often thinner and more flexible. So if you're using it for quilt making, I would say stick to this fabric. If you're using it maybe for backing, or I use it for like quilt block keepers and things, it's fine. But for quilting, this brush cotton you need this quality. You want this sort rather than sheets. And I've made a few quilts with brush cotton now, and I have mixed brushed and normal cotton, because it's the same way. It works beautifully, but it is really nice to sew with. It feels slightly thicker, so it sews and cuts better. Right, anyway, let's start with this one. Very limited, all of these. 6 metres, £8.99. I mean, obviously you can't see the brushed nature of it, but it is so soft. It's 100% cotton. It's the normal 44-inch width. It washes beautifully. I made a penguin quilt in it once. It took me ages to find all the brushed cotton, so when you see it, get it. So it's called flannel. Do you know brush cotton flannel, flannel American, brush cotton English, wadding batting, same sort of thing. Sometimes they call them sheets flannelette. I don't know what the difference between flannelette and flannel is, but brush cotton flannel. So I always find when I've been looking for it, if I can't find it in Sewing Street, I have to put brush cotton into the search, I have to put flannel, because different companies call it different things. But in America, they tend to refer to it as flannel. I call it brush cotton, just because that's what we do. This is beautiful. But you can mix it with, you can mix it with normal quilting weight fabrics. So what's lovely is if you're making a quilt, maybe like the star quilt, like Lynn's star quilt, you could do all the background in plain fabric, but make the stars brushed. They raise, because although it's the same weight, because it's brushed, they feel slightly thicker. They're not, but they just feel it. So they'd be slightly raised. If you got the instructions. So if you want to buy the instructions, you will need, she used 12 fat quarters for that, which is 6.5 metres. One fat quarter makes 8 stars, as we discovered. But it would look lovely, wouldn't it? So these are the blues. Oh, this is lovely. I'm just picturing this now. So you could use a plain for the background, but a plain brushed, but you could use a plain non-brushed, work just as well. Yeah, I think the contrast would be amazing. That's lovely, isn't it? And it doesn't fray in the same way, not the Quilting cotton really frays, but not in quite the same way as well. It's more stable, so it's really nice to sew with. And it's 100% cotton. It's beautiful quality. There are a few really good fabric designers, fabric companies who do brush cotton and do it well. Moda's one of them. There are about 3. Not that I'm an aficionado, but I spent a lot of time looking for brush cotton, so I can tell you who's good and the ones I didn't like. But I'm not going to tell you that. But Moda was one of the good ones. That's lovely, because that's almost come out like denim. So it's called textured, but it looks a bit like blue jeans. Hannah's singing now. I've got Hannah singing. I've had the same jeans on for 4 days now. Let's hope that's a song. You need to wash them, Hannah. These are lovely, aren't they? This is like a, is it houndstooth? Oh, yeah, look at that. Dogtooth and houndstooth. That's houndstooth. Again, so if you're doing pictorial, it's nice for black. Lovely. Right, and then I've got some neutrals. It's only £7.99. Right. Oh, that one's sold out. This is lovely. Isn't that lovely? Again, have a think, lining a jacket in this is gorgeous, isn't it? So if you're using something and you want your jacket to be just a little bit warmer, beautiful, make lovely shirts. Particularly, nice for all of, particularly for children, baby wear, because they're so soft. Nice for lining. And then the final brushed cotton is this one here. Houndstooth in cocoa. Yeah, let's go cocoa. Cocoa, cappuccino. Right, let me just put them all together for you, just so that you can, because obviously, I know I've gone through them quickly, but the pictures are all on the website. If you go onto Sewing Street, watch live and scroll down from there, all the pictures are on there, so if you want to see them and get your whole array of glorious brushed cotton, but we are very low in stock of all of them. This one. That's flowers. Oh, Wendy Evans, David Essex was in the river. You're absolutely right. Couldn't remember what that was called. I knew one of you would know what it was, the river. Oh, I loved that. I wonder whether you can watch those things like on catch up or something. On somewhere, YouTube or something. I'd like to watch the river again. Although don't miss extra sticks. John Scott's in his shades. He's looking a bit like James Bond today, didn't you think, Hannah? He looks a bit like James Bond with his shades and shorts. Looking quite cool. I'm going to make him wear them on extra stitch. He'll love that. He will. He'll do it because he looks lovely. Look at those. Now, we had this fabric earlier, didn't we? But these are the panels. So these panels are, I'm guessing at about 18 inches. What do you reckon? Clearly a tape measure would be useful. Don't if that is a tape measure. About 18 inches, and you've got 4 of them. So you've got a owl, a bear, a fox, and a deer. $15.99. Beautiful. I think they're lovely because you could just make them into things like that. Make lovely little like drawstring bags and things. David Essex has still got it from Norma. Yeah. I might have to have a little look at a picture of him to see if I'm sure he's still got it. Oh, it's that voice, isn't it? Who loved, I'll just give you my last great passion, Paul Nicholas. Paul Nicholas. Hannah goes, she's not old enough. Paul Nicholas was in Just Good Friends. Vince. Loved him. He had blonde curly hair, and then he was in EastEnders, but he didn't look anything like himself, but I loved him in Just Good Friends. Anyway, I'll show you a picture of him. In case I'll, that's it. Paul Nicholas, David Essex. No, Hannah's now looking at a picture of him. Not now. Look at him when he was in Just Good Friends. He was... Hannah's obviously just... Fox, owl. So on this panel, you've got 2 like 12-inch squares, 4 little ones, and then so you've got 4 of the big ones. So you've got the fox and the owl, the deer and the bear, and then you've got 8 little ones. $10.99 for that one. We are only got 25 of those left, though, if you want these. So these would make a really good, like, play mat or a quilt where you could put 4 and then put the ones around the edges. Pick up some Paul Nicholas and David Essex. I think we're twins, Rebecca. Karen. Yeah, there we go. I'm glad that other people believe me. Oh, wasn't he lovely, Penny and Vince? Do you remember? Oh, Hannah, isn't it? I feel so sorry for people who weren't born then because they missed out on some great telly. A design. Which one? Oh, I was going to do that one. I quite like that one. Right, which pre-cut? This one? That's exactly the one. Now, we did this earlier as the 5-inch charm pack. And because we were talking about using the 5-inch ones with the quilt. With the first quilt, we have a limited number of the 10-inch. Just working out numbers, just so you know, always think about this. 5-inch charm squares are brilliant because they're little 5 inches, brilliant for small projects. But 10-inch charm squares are better value for money. Shouldn't say that, but they are. Because you get 4 5 inches, you know. They're $42.99, okay. You get 4 times as many. So it's really, if you want lots of the fabric, these, if you only want a little bit, the 5-inch charm squares are great. But if you love the fabric, the 10-inch ones are better value. But I guess, you know, you're probably paying some of the money in the cutting, aren't you? And there's less cutting. Oh, these are just gorgeous. I love them. They can be they can be summer strawberries. They can be sort of pretty Christmas. Because they kind of look a bit like Christmassy Rosy. I think because they're strawberry, raspberry, pinky colours, so they can be your sort of Christmas, but they can also be summer. So I think they're a really nice mixture. Aren't these gorgeous? I like that one. $42.99. That's saving £17. So you've got strawberry colours and you've got spots and stripes and big florals and hearts. What a lovely fabric collection. Now, this is just to celebrate Moda's 50th birthday. That's why we've been managing to drop prices on all of these things. But after today, it's going to go back up again. Oh, £48, which is, to be fair, that's actually a really good price. However, we are less expensive. $42.99. It's a really nice collection though, isn't it? I do like that. Beautiful. Get that one while you can. Right, we have fewer than 20 of that one left now, so be quick. I'm with you on David Essex and Paul Nicholas, Rebecca. Thank you, Christine. You see, I'm glad. I'm glad. What's her emoji use? Yeah. See, we all watched Jessica's Friends, didn't we? Except for Hannah, because she's too young. I'm going to ask John in the next hour what he thought. I bet he watched it. Bet he did. Right, there's only 9 of those remaining when everyone's checked out. What's next? A 5-inch charm pack. These are amazing value for money. That is the one I have left. The Laguna Sunrise. Can we go 12? The amazing 50th birthday price. I mean, Moda charm pack, $12.99. When does that ever happen? Only when Hannah's in charge. These are so pretty, aren't they? These are sort of spring pretty. Oh, I like that one. Oh, cheeky diagonal stripe. Oh, that is nice. This is just pretty, isn't it? Really, it's just pretty. Oh, these are lovely, aren't they? Just love a charm pack. I seem to use I seem to always be using charm packs or something, or trying to work out what you could make with the charm pack. I love them. These are just lovely, aren't they? They remind me of some kind of, the colours are very sweeties, aren't they? Pacers. Don't think they're called that anymore. Those are gorgeous, aren't they? $12.99 for that. Moda Laguna Sunrise. That's lovely. What an amazing deal on charm packs. Right. That is all the 5-inch charm packs. What I would say if you want one is go on to Watch Live and look at everything that we've got today's show deals. All of our charm packs are $12.99. Then you can choose which ones you want. We have some have sold out, some we've got stock left of. They're all low in stock though. So if you want one, I would get checked out with it. Oh, this is lovely. Now, we've got a bundle. This is the Wildflowers. I'm not going to have time to go through them all by the ½ metre, but they are all on the website by ½ metre. Some are available, some aren't. But I'm going to show you them for the bundle. We launched this on our birthday back in February. Is it February or March? Bit of both. Started in February, ended in March. Started in February, ended in March. Now, you're getting a whole metre free. These are absolutely gorgeous. They're quilting weight cotton fabrics. They are beautiful. Let me show you them all. I'll leave that one because I'm going to open that one up because that's the hero. I mean, they're just so realistic. Absolutely stunning. It's like red, white and blue, but in flowers. I love that one because I love the fact that you've got this one that's just got the white daisies and this one that's got the coloured. And the grass is actually really realistic on them. Beautiful, aren't they? I mean, this is just, it's like red, white and blue, but in flowers. Wouldn't it make amazing bunting? Garden bunting. Metres and metres of the stuff you'd have. Right, let me just open this one so you can see. It would, wouldn't it? If you're having a big party, wedding, outdoor thing, get this bundle, £134.85. I mean, just look at that. It's so beautiful, isn't it? £134.85. You're getting a metre for free. We've got it available on 2-way split pay as well. So that's 2 equal payments of £67.42. So you pay that now. We don't charge you interest, don't do credit checks. It's just a way of you spreading the cost. You don't have to. I know sometimes people say, I don't want to buy it on split pay. You don't have to. It's a choice. But this is beautiful. If you wanted to make a picnic quilt, it's perfect. If you just want to make an all year round quilt, if you want to just have it because you love the fabrics and you think, actually, do you know what, I'm going to make a load of different things with that. The blues I'm going to use, I've got some cushions I need to make. I've got a couple of makeup bags I want to make somebody for their birthday. That one will be lovely. You could use that one to line it, put the reds with the blues. you are saving £17.98 if you want to buy it on split pay. I mean, I just think it's beautiful. Look at that. I love this one. Love that one. I love that one because I think it's so realistic, isn't it? And it's got movement to it. When you look at it, you feel like you're sort of, you can't, they're all flowers. If you stood on it, they would all crush. Because the 3D-ness of it, it's just like a big carpet of flowers. I think that's really lovely. Love this collection. We only have 13 bundles left, though. Only 13. And when it's gone, it's gone. Now, some of them we have available by the half metre. I haven't got time to go through all of them because I haven't got long left. But if you go on to Today's Show Deals, you'll see all of them and then you can choose. So maybe you only want that big flower and the daisy, but some of them are available. See what's available and what's left. Think bunting. Be amazing. Wouldn't you have it forever then? Every party you go, you could hire your bunting. Oh, that's nice, that one, isn't it? Right. Ombre hearts, the fat quarter bundle. So we did the confetti one earlier a couple of times. Now this is 11 fat quarters. So it was the same if you saw earlier with the confetti. It was called confetti, wasn't it, that one? The one with dots. The one that was like champagne. So this is the same idea. It's ombre. It's all fat quarters, but it goes dark to light. But instead of those little bubbles, it's got hearts instead. Again, works really well. It would work well, we talked about, for the stars, for the quilt. Right, so the price of this is £49.49. You are getting 11. I'm going to lay them all out so you can see. So you get purple, mauve, pink, dark pink, mid pink, light pink. They haven't got these in order, have they? Dark coral, medium, lighter tangerine, very pale peach, another pink, and then white. And we are going to take £10 off for you, which is great. Look at this one. £39.49. If you checked out earlier, which I know loads of you have, don't worry, you know the deal now. We will always charge you the lower price. I think that one is stunning, isn't it? Look, aren't they beautiful? So you've got a whole array of pinks, purples, but really lovely. So I'm thinking maybe if you've bought the other fat quarter bundle, you might quite like it. The only one that's not in the ombre is the white, because it's hard to ombre a white, isn't it? But what they've done is, instead, it's ombre'd in that you've got more hearts at the bottom. It's like one of those confetti balloons, everything falls to the bottom, isn't it? But this goes really well with the others, but it's so pretty. Again, think gift bags. That's what I would do with it. I'd get the thing, I would get the bundle, and I would make people little gift bags. All you need is some pretty ribbon to go through a drawstring top, and then whenever you've got a present for somebody, get out a fat quarter, make them the gift bag, and it's just beautiful. And I think because of the ombre look to them, they will look really posh, don't they? Love that. Gorgeous. Well done for all of you who've managed to get the amazing deal today, particularly on those pre-cuts. £12.99 for the charm pack. Also for all of you who managed to get the quilt kits, haven't we had an amazing day? So lovely to work with Lynn at last. Learned loads. She's been brilliant. Thank you for joining me today. Tomorrow, presenting, I think John's presenting tomorrow, isn't he? Yeah, I know he's here, especially on his day off with me. Can't believe that. Since he's back tomorrow. He will be on tomorrow. 8 o'clock, it's Sewing Room Gadgets. Emily Ferris will be in at 9 with her Paint with Thread book launch. Love a book launch. 10 o'clock, under £10 fabric bundles. We always like that, don't we? Under £10. 11 o'clock, extra wide fabrics. And at 11:30, so for an hour and a half, Carla Bagshaw will be here with the Brother Scan and Cut. Yes, I did this with her, actually. That is an amazing machine. Great day. Now, don't go anywhere. Well, you can go somewhere for an hour. And after that, you can watch Hobby Maker for an hour. And then you've got to watch us on Facebook. So Extra Stitch. So you need to go onto Sewing Street's official Facebook page and it'll be on there. And you can watch, so John and I will be on. So Extra Stitch, it's an hour. I'm going to present to you a few my selected Amber Makes kits. I've got all of the samples, I've got all the kits. We'll show those to you, you can buy them, and then we'll have a chat, and I'm going to see if I can get some gossip out of John. And I promise I'm going to get him to wear his shades, because he looks quite good. I thought he looked like a bit rock star, film star in there. Yeah, I was getting that. And he had his shorts on as well. So you never know, might show you his knees. I'll see you in just over an hour. You have a lovely afternoon.
Sewing Street's designer block competition is back. Use the fabric on our bespoke panel to make your very own quilt block masterpiece. 12 lucky winners will be announced on Friday the 20th of June. Each winner will receive a £100 credit to your Sewing Street account. Your block will be proudly exhibited at the Festival of Quilts 2025. Tune in for the launch this Wednesday for Sewing Street's designer block competition.
Never miss a show by watching on the go with the Sewing Street app. Head over to your App Store now and search Sewing Street and simply download to your smartphone or tablet. You can watch the shows live and see your favourite presenters and guests. Click on the Today button to shop all of the products that are featured in today's show. Want to know what's hot? Then click here to see today's bestsellers and highlights. Have you missed a show or want to watch one back? Then click the schedule button and you can go back 7 days to watch and shop, and you can also see what's coming up over the next 7 days. Want to say hello or ask a question to our guests? Then send a message to the studio. You can also keep in touch with all the latest news, events, product launches and much more by clicking here for our social media pages. Never miss a show by watching on the go with Sewing Street.
Wondering what wadding is? In sewing, wadding is the soft padded material used in the middle layer of quilts, cushions and other projects. It adds warmth, texture and structure to your creations. Wadding comes in different materials like cotton, polyester or wool and various thicknesses, so you can choose the perfect one for your project. Whether you're quilting, making a cosy blanket or adding softness to a bag, wadding is what brings that snug and cushioned feel.
Charm pack or 5-inch squares. A charm pack is a bundle of pre-cut fabric squares, usually 5 inches by 5 inches. Each piece comes in different patterns and colours that match perfectly. They're great for quilts, patchwork or any small sewing project. No cutting or matching needed. So next time you are looking for a quick and easy way to start a sewing project,